the force that we expected it to be. All right, we're wrapping things up here now with the call and first period action on Rogers TV.
Wonderful job of the national anthems, and that means it's time for Newfoundland Growlers hockey. Welcome back to the Mary Brown Center, home of your 2019 Kelly Cup champions, your Newfoundland Growlers, and here is tonight's starting lineup for Dem Growlers. Starting in goal, number 35, Keith Petrozelli. He sports an impressive .201 goals against average and a .931 save percentage. 3 shutouts in only 13 games played. This kid's the real deal, folks. Speaking of real deal, this blue line is the real deal. It's number 22, Noel Hoffenmeyer. He scored a goal last night. He'll be paired again with number 27, Riley McCourt, who assisted on that very goal last night. Number 23, Ryan Chizowski. He scored. Number 12 is Jeremy McKenna. He scored. And number 19, Gordy Green. He didn't score, but he played darn well.
This D pairing for the Growlers here, you know, you talked about Noel scoring, but Riley McCourt also on a 4-game point streak now, too.
This game is underway on this Saturday night in St. John's. The opening draw won back by the Growlers to Hoffenmeyer. He'll settle a rolling puck inside his own zone, handing this one off to McCourt as the Growlers look to get set for a rush out of their own zone. That pass off the stick of Gordy Green, and the Mariners, they'll get it, trying to get it in deep. It's quickly stolen away, and McKenna plays it ahead for Green. He gets maybe 2 or 3 feet inside the blue line, but a steal sends the Growlers right back in. McKenna waits, so he scores! What a release! The Summerside sniper just keeps on sniping. It's 1-0, 34 seconds in.
What a heads-up play there by Jeremy McKenna. Gordy Green really trying to hold the puck at the line there and it coming just out, but he was able to recapture it before getting the puck across to Jeremy, who just comes streaking in here. It looks like he was going for the pass. He really delayed long enough to really throw the defenseman off of what potentially could have been a cross-crease pass. Instead, he fools everyone and goes upstairs.
Hang on a second. I still need to pick my jaw up off the floor. What an incredible release and patience shown by McKenna to make it 1-0 Newfoundland. Unbelievable start to this hockey game.
Growlers coming in hot.
Playing this one in deep for shift of the night for the Orenson-Tazo line. In the past, I guess we used to call it the Zach O'Brien-Marcus power line, but the one carrying play here lately has been Orenson-Tazo, no doubt about that. Matteo Pietranero, he'll pull it away. Here's the goal call. This works about every half the time. Rolled into the offensive zone. O'Brien's got his man tied up. Centazzo tried to sweep in. Knocked away from him, and Jerry Leon plays it back for the Mariners, who look up ice. A nice feed. Connects with Kelty Jerry Leon, the WHL graduate. But there's a quick steal by Bafia, throwing a feed ahead for Mark Johnstone. He'll head behind the net, centers all the way into the slot. Plouffe drive, and it's stopped and held by the Maine Mariners starting goaltender number 31, 33, Callum Booth.
Mark Johnson doing a great job at keeping control of the puck there rather than just throwing it on net, continuing to carry it around, waiting for a Growler to creep in through, which is exactly what Jerry and Plouffe did there, giving them this opportunity now to the glove side of Booth.
I ran into Darian Plouffe in the locker room earlier, and as that one sails over the glass and out of play, no delay of game. But Darian Plouffe in the locker room, he looked so dejected and angry with himself after back-to-back giant wins here over the Maine Mariners. And I said, Plouffe, what's going on, my friend? Like, normally he's just so full of life and happy in the room. And he said, Ballard, I should have buried on at least 2 or 3 of the breakaways I had. And I went, well, I can't. I understand your frustration, pal.
Can't disagree with you.
The Mariners pull it away out of the Newfoundland zone as we say hello to the viewers tuned in across the province on Rogers Television tonight. Hello to Big Bill Hart back in the station. Trying to advance that one ahead was Todd Skirving. It was off a boot and ends up being flung back into the Newfoundland zone, and Garrett Johnston, he'll body his man real tough down there, trying to free it back up for the Growlers, but no, it's going to be Horvath. His shot fought off by Petrozelli, rebound guided safely into the corner. Horvath trying to advance by Skirving, leaves it for Zerder Gossage. That was a nice rip as well, high and over the net. The Mariners, good pressure here in the first period. Oh, what a block that was by Skirving. That may have hurt him though. Play continues. Nice job by Luke Bafia to play it ahead, and now there is Darian Plouffe. He'll roll this one in deep and give chase himself. Horvath gives it, oh, I thought, there, Gordy Green will end up with it. Hands it for Plouffe, wide open in front, and the pass was blocked away as McCourt recovers, retreats back to the line, and sails a shot wide. Hard to believe we've only played 3 minutes of this opening period. Already 1-0 Newfoundland. Gordy Green behind the net teased us with a Michigan attempt the other day, and now Ryan Chizowski spins free in the right wing corner, patient with the puck, sending it up top to Hoffenmeyer. Across to Green, trying to feed it back to Hoffenmeyer. His shot blocked by the goal stick of Callum Booth, but he gets the rebound back, trying to fling it up top. Growlers managed to steal it back and keep it alive. Sent in on Booth. He'll guide it away into the corner, but McKenna leaves it down low to Gordy Green. Worked back up top with a nice backhand pass. High slot, McKenna gets it back from Hoffenmeyer. Tried the same shot, and this one ends up off a body and out of play. 16-16 to go here in the opening frame. 5-1 of the shots for Newfoundland. And Jeremy McKenna, his 6th of the year in just 14 games, has the Growlers on the board early.
A little surprised by Maine's defensive efforts here. Really some missed opportunities, looking to get the puck out quick, but instead it's falling short. I mean, the Growlers defense doing a great job at holding the line, but just feeling like those passes aren't quite connecting right now for Maine, and coming, in on a 2-game losing streak. Something that they might be looking to.
Face off one back by the Mariners, sent toward the line. Pietranero unable to hold it in. It's off his stick, so no icing. So Ben Finkelstein, maybe the hottest defenseman in the ECHL, looks to help the Growlers exit the zone, and there's Oren Centazzo. A little give and go with Finkelstein. It's stolen away and played into the Newfoundland zone. Pietranero scoots back behind his net. Tries to find some time and space. He'll find Oren Centazzo, but that was poke checked off his stick. Centering pass is broken up, and Finkelstein a little careless there with that pass. Luckily, it lands, and away comes Finkelstein off a feed, and in comes O'Brien. And I didn't hear the whistle, but it must have gone. It was an offside, but another dangerous shift for Newfoundland.
The passing that we're seeing between Oren Centazzo and Ben Finkelstein right now is just textbook plays. But a few, wary opportunities there that, give your heart a second to recuperate. But either way, puck got out.
Mark Johnstone on the draw for Newfoundland, won back instead by the Mariners, and giving chase like he loves to do is Darian Plouffe into the offensive zone. Comes up empty-handed, and now the Mariners in on a partial break. Look at the save by Petrozelli, shutting the door to keep it a 1-0 Growler game. At center, beautiful play by Newgold. He couldn't get free with it. He will take a pass back from his former D partner, Garrett Johnston. Evan Newgold's been a great story. Coming out of retirement, basically he had found himself, a new career. He had already begun his post-hockey life. And but one phone call from Eric Wellwood, and was supposed to just be for one game. But instead, here he is. He's got already, tonight is his 9th game of the season for Newfoundland, and his return to the Rock. And I know he's thrilled to be here. Top of the left wing circle, the Mariners. Zerder Gossage goes for a skate. Luke Bafia giving chase all the way back. Zerder Gossage still has it worked away by Bafia. Had his stick ripped out of his hands, his glove too. As play continues, played away to center ice. Newgold lunged after that one, came up empty-handed as Horvath touches it back toward the middle, and the Mariners are called for an offside with 14 minutes and 19 seconds left in the opening period. Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts on the call of tonight's game, and it's off to a hot start, 1-0 Growlers.
It sure is, and Luke Bafia there doing a great job, even though the breakaway had happened. Pete Petrozelli doing exactly what he does and shutting that down, but Luke Bafia close behind to pick up that rebound opportunity and quickly move that to the side and keep it out of the front of his net.
Jeremy McKenna, the The goal scorer tonight for Newfoundland wins the draw, Gordy Green. Through the middle, finds Hoffenmeyer, and he turns on the Jets along the right wing, rolls a pass behind the net. Trying to come away with it is Ryan Chizowski. Had it stolen away, and a backhand clearing attempt is pushed out to center. Oh, and a stick lift. Riley McCourt thought he had it. Now instead it's a 2-on-1 for the Mariners. Oh, look at the glove hand of Keith Petruzzelli, making it look easy with just under 14 minutes to go in the first, and we will take a short break. 1-0 Newfoundland thanks to the Summerside Sniper.
The Summerside Sniper, Chris Ballard. He knows those nicknames. He hasn't given me one yet. Nothing that I liked anyway. Well, the Growlers are off to a quick start. Didn't take long to get on that board. 34 seconds in. McKenna with his 6th goal of the season. Growlers are up 1-0. We were talking about how the offense is on fire, winning last night 6-1 and 6-0 on Wednesday. Of course, though, Keith Petruzzelli in net for those 2 games and in goal again tonight, only giving up 1 goal in the last 2 games. So the Growlers definitely firing on all cylinders this evening, and they still have another game to play against the Maine Mariners tomorrow, and it's good to have the fans back into the Mary Brown Center as well. Not at full capacity yet, but we're hoping eventually we'll get to where we have to go. All right, Chris Ballard and, of course, Kelly Ed Roberts, will go back to them now as the first period continues on Rogers TV.
Minutes and 53 seconds remain here in the opening frame. Still plenty of Saturday night puck to come your way here from the Mary Brown Center. Face off to come to the left of Keith Petruzzelli. The Growlers in their white jerseys tonight. Gold and black trim, black gloves and pants and white helmets. The Mariners sporting their 3rd jerseys with navy blue pants. What shade of green would you call this? Are you a it's like kind of foresty, right?
Yeah, it's close to. It's not
It's
evergreen
closer to
green,
Kelly,
but
maybe?
I would say, yeah, it's a forest green.
Either way, I love these
Shamrock
jerseys.
green, maybe? That's a better.
Unaware of that shade. The Growlers do recover the puck. Enough about Green. Well, unless it's this guy, Gordy Green. Oh, what a segue that was.
What a segue.
Oh, I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. Here comes, that's Noel Hoffenmeyer. I don't have a pun for his name as he finds Gordy Green streaking ahead. Looking to get the pass back, pushed back to the line. That one stolen away before it could reach Ryan Chizowski, but he's hard on the puck, trying to force a turnover. He will force the Mariners to get rid of the puck prematurely as Noel Hoffenmeyer awaits both teams completing a line change before exiting his own zone. 13 minutes remaining here in the opening period as Finkelstein finds Centazzo streaking. His shot off the outside of the net. I thought he just increased his point streak. Zach O'Brien could deke his way out of a telephone booth, but instead, back the other way, Pietraniro doing his best to keep with Louis Zerder-Gossage as Oren Centazzo. Look at the spin move there to help free it up to Marcus Power. Had it stolen. Along the right wing face-off dot, the Mariners in a pretty dangerous zone come away with the puck. Malatesta at the line. Great block by Centazzo, forcing that one out of play. Shots on goal, 5-3 in favor of Newfoundland, who has a 1-0 lead, thanks to Jeremy McKenna.
Growlers doing a lot of good things offensively. Defensively, maybe need to clean a few things up there. We've seen a lot of cross-zone passes getting through, which is a little surprising considering that we know Eric Wellwood, had said that this is somewhere they needed to focus on.
I think it's got to be tough after 2 one-sided games to go out and play an A-plus game again in the 3rd game against the exact same team. I mean, these are human beings at the end of the day. And that's a nice pass right onto the tape of Skirving. And a nice hard wrist shot is pulled in by Booth. No rebound, 12-19 to go in the first.
Growlers coming out of this January slump, maybe January blues. They say the longest day of the year doesn't contribute any of that, although that's December. So I don't know where I'm going with that, other than January was a tough month, and February not the case for the Growlers. They are now on a win streak and have drastically turned things around.
For the first time in 2022, they're on a win streak. Garrett Johnston just missed the far post with a patented point wrister. Centering effort there for Newgold. That missed. And it's going to be lifted into the air. Now the Mariners, Connor Bleakley chasing it down. Luke Bafia is there. He'll give him a rock into the end boards as the Growlers look to move it up ice. Newgold with Hiram all over him. Leaves it for Skirving. He'll take a bump as it's rolled in deep. Cleared away by the Mariners. They'll look to escape their own zone. Sweeping poke check there. The Growlers, nice steal by Newgold. Skate to stick. Back in his own zone, that's Noel Hoffenmeyer directing traffic. He leans a pass up for McKenna. Puts it in. Offside as the first one got blocked. The second one, McCourt had snuck in over the line. 11 and a half minutes remaining. Shots are 6-3 in favor of the Growlers, who, if you want to look, Kellyanne, at just the shots on goal, I mean, already just limiting the opposition to 3, I mean, that in and of itself is not a negative sign.
No, absolutely not. You know, when we talk about the defensive end, they're doing a great job of making sure folks are staying out of the worrisome areas, but it's just not typical Growlers defense, I guess, that I've become accustomed to.
Well, we have been spoiled,
Well, yes.
No doubt about that. Nice play by Gordy Green. Gordy Green, by the way, picking up an assist on the Jeremy McKenna game opening tally. The second game in a row in which McKenna opened the score. Hard to tell which one was more pretty, honestly. Nice hit thrown there in open ice. And a penalty coming up on the play.
Growlers there, Noel Hoffenmeyer giving a cross check too. Didn't see which Mariner it was, but a pretty blatant call.
To center, Zerder Gossage is corkscrewed into the ice by O'Brien. The net now empty for the Mariners on a delayed penalty to the Growlers. Left wing corner, Santos out in front and pushed wide by Bleakley. Finally touched up by Marcus Power, so with 10 and a half and change remaining. Here in the opening period, the first power play of the game belongs to the Maine Mariners, who own the league's best power play percentage at 26.8%. An entire percentage point better than the second place Growlers. The good news is the Growlers also own the league's third best penalty killing percentage at 84.9%. They have killed off 16 consecutive minor penalties.
Not hard to do. I mean, the Growlers have a very aggressive penalty kill. I know I've said this multiple times, but when you look at who's out there, I mean, Todd Skirving has been pretty essential for this Growlers penalty kill, and now joined with Mark Johnstone, Mateo Pietranero, and Garrett Johnson on the back end. Yeah, you've got a good deal. I mean, Todd Skirving coming in so low for the offensive pressure.
Nick Master heads it across. That's going to be stolen away. Skirving advances it into the offensive zone. He leads the club with 3 shorthanded goals. That's the second most in the ECHL. Ooh, maybe getting away with one there was Johnstone as his stick got caught up in a Mariners paraphernalia. As Master works it back into the offensive zone. Chizowski able to poke it free at center, and he'll golf that one down into the offensive end. McKenna gets a piece but can't reel it in, but already blink and you miss it. 40 seconds gone on the power play. We're into the second half of the opening period. 1-0 Newfoundland. Zerder Gossage had it stolen, and that's a quick clear by Jeremy McKenna. I think every puck that leaves his stick is going to have some velocity on it. We know that. The Mariners, Horvath from behind his own goal, played up on the right wing side. Bleakley had it, lost it. 2 opportunities, and the Growlers still can't get it out. Spinning free with it is Germain. His cross-ice feed is off the mark. Johnstone hooked and grabbed. Look at the Growler bench, and now they have a shorthanded 2-on-1. The pass across is missed. Here come the Mariners back the other way. The Growlers bench is incensed. Jerry Leon can't get in on goal. What a defensive effort. Almost looking like the Bash brothers there, McCourt and Bafia.
Yeah, doing a great job there. I mean, just a strong, using their bodies very effectively right now.
Behind him, back to the line, Horvath. Top of the circle into the slot. Jerry Leon, a shot, a little bit of a soft roller in on Petrozelli, and held no problem with only 13 seconds remaining in that main power play.
Surprising to miss that call there. Pietranero going over, having a few words with the ref, I think, to let him know about the missed call. Although, not hard to see it was a missed call with the way the Growlers bench reacted. And they generally don't react to
I was going to say the exact same thing, really. Normally a very composed group. They know when to whoop it up, and that certainly surprising, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. You know, Mark Johnstone able to go down and get his glove there now, but this pairing of him and Todd Skirving, they killed the first 40 seconds of this penalty down in the Mariners zone.
Todd Skirving having a chat with the linesman. He's being kicked out of the face-off, thought in favor of Mark Johnstone. Different referee tonight as well compared to the first two games of the series, which is a little odd. Yep. Normally when the ECHL assigns a referee to referee a weekend in Newfoundland, normally they're here for the full series. So not that I mind the diversity, and not that I mind seeing Noel Hoffenmeyer jump back out onto the ice. We are back to 5-a-side, and the Growlers make it 17 consecutive penalties killed. And now trying to make it 2-0 is Johnstone. Gets that one in deep. 8:18 remains here in the opening frame. No shots on goal allowed by Newfoundland on that penalty kill. 6-3.
If anything, they had the opportunities.
You're not wrong. Robbins drops it off for Askew. He had it stolen, and O'Brien taps it free for Orenson Tazo. Spins his way into the offensive zone, had it, lost it, gets it back again, but O'Brien couldn't hang on to it. Under 8 minutes to play now is Zerder Gossage to the line, held in by Finkelstein, all alone, and Centazzo draws a penalty, trying to cut in by himself. The Growlers get their first power play of the game, thanks to the wheels of Oren Centazzo.
He can turn him on so quick and shifting gears. You see it right here. Marty trying to drag the puck along. You know, not that there was by no means an intentional penalty by Maine, but when Oren Centazzo's moving that quick, if your gear's in the way, it's in the way.
And that's proof, you know, to your point earlier, you know, that they are picking up on things as this weekend has evolved. And they're saying, hey, yeah, maybe we would rather 2 minutes in the box than the Growlers' leading goal scorer barreling in on our goaltender one-on-one.
Absolutely, but that leading goal scorer now, I believe, back out on the ice for this power play.
Here's Zach O'Brien into the corner shot, rebound. Booth, oh, it was loose and on the stick of Oren Centazzo. The referee didn't see it and blew the whistle prematurely.
Lost sight of the puck there, even though it was coming out and cleanly out. It wasn't buried long enough to, I think, draw the quick whistle, but face-off will now come to the glove side of Callum Booth.
And the same unit stays on the ice for Newfoundland. The Super Noofs, Zach O'Brien and Marcus Power. Jeremy McKenna on the face-off, but he's unable to win it. Duquette for Maine has it pinned in the right wing corner. 3 Growlers there to help free it up, but a nice play by the Mariners allows them to clear the zone off the stick of Nick Master. Behind the net, Keith Petruzzelli hangs out there for a moment.
He wants in on the play.
As Ben Finkelstein works it up ice, the drop pass connects with O'Brien at center. 1:25 to go in the man advantage is Power. Beautiful feed across McKenna. And this one snared by Booth. No rebound. 7 minutes exactly remain here in the opening period. 9-3 now are the shots for Newfoundland.
Growlers getting a change here, but to note on that last line, only one defenseman, which is not surprising. Generally when Zach O'Brien is on that power play unit, he kind of serves the dual purpose there, but now you're going to see Riley McCord and Noel Hoffenmeyer on the defensive end, both very offensive defensemen.
Face-off one back by the Growlers. Hoffenmeyer leaves it along the right wing boards to Chizowski. Walks into the corner, spots a man open, and McCord thought about shooting. Wheels it back across for Chizowski instead. Pauses at the top of the right wing circle. Cross ice feed is blocked and cleared by the Mariners. A minute to go on the man advantage. 10-3 those shots for Newfoundland. Hoffenmeyer behind his own goal. Jerry Leon stays with him as the drop pass finds McCourt. Chris crosses and hands it off and gets it back from Chizowski. Bit of a rolling puck in on McCourt. He puts it in deep into the right wing corner as the Growlers look to free it back up. It's tied up in some skates down there. Gordy Green leans in. It comes back to Hoffenmeyer at the line. Wheeling out of the corners, Chizowski. It's blocked. Oh, and it lands over the net. Flipped into the air. And now the Mariners clear the zone. 25 seconds left on the penalty kill for those Mariners. 6 minutes exactly left in the period. Away comes Ben Finkelstein. What a move. Sees some room and skates it all the way into the offensive zone. Centering effort there for Plouffe. He was tied up. The clear is held in by Newgold. Freed up top to Finkelstein. Sauce pass up for Pietranero. Walks in, fires. Oh, he had some room too, but it's off the end boards. Jaswald's on the ice, and we are back to 5 aside and a quick pass ahead. And the Growlers have numbers. Plouffe centers. They score! It's Evan Newgold, his first of the season, and it's 2-0 Growlers. Oh, what a play!
What a great heads-up play here. Jerian Plouffe calling for that puck very quickly on the inside of Maine zone there, and from there, just looking for the open guy, and Evan Newgold doing a great job at redirecting that goal into the back of the net.
Oh, that was something pretty, and you could tell the Growler bench, they know. What a story. Evan Newgold.
He's just been such a reliable guy for the Growlers, you know, through the last 9 games, this being the 9th, of course, but just someone you know is going to be consistent out there at all times for you.
Arguably the most reliable Growler of all time. He's the Growlers' OG rover, if you will.
Yeah.
Their first and maybe most effective player to ever be able to play both positions for the Growlers.
I mean, when you think about it, I think we tend to forget he's, by trade, a defenseman.
A little, almost 50-50, and we can get into that after a short break. 5:09 left in the opening frame, and Evan Newgold.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kellyanne. How about the Evan Newgold, his first of the year? I did not know that. I would have lost a bet if I was betting money on that. Growlers are up 2-0. We are teeing up the first intermission. We're going to have an interview with Ben Finkelstein with Brian Rogers. We'll go through some highlights as well. And we also have a story that you may not have heard about that happened at last night's game in the stands. This is a story you are going to love. We got some pictures to accompany it. So we invite you to stick around when the buzzer goes, ending the first period for the first intermission, because you're going to love this story. And it's all coming up here on Rogers TV. We're going to throw it back now to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts.
Minutes and 9 seconds remain here in the opening period of action. Another 2-goal frame here for Newfoundland. They got a 2-0 lead, and it just became 2-0 thanks to Evan Newgold from Jerian Plouffe and Mark Johnstone. And again, I mean, Kellyanne, we talked about it earlier. We were saying, like, all 3 of these Growler lines are dynamite and capable of performing to the same level, and we've seen it here as 2 different lines, forward lines, have the goals already here for Newfoundland tonight.
Oh, it was in a great goal there by Evan Newgold. A great redirect. Jerian Plouffe calling for that puck just inside the line from Mark Johnstone, and just a great textbook goal, really. You couldn't draw it up better.
Here come the Mariners out of their own zone in the final 5 minutes of the first, and Pietranero's going to get nabbed for a trip.
Yeah, stuck his knee out on that one a little bit.
4:45 to go. A little bit of penalty trouble for the Growlers in the opening period. Hoffenmeyer earlier for cross-checking. And now the second power play. I just don't like to see the Growlers giving up opportunities to the top-ranked power play in the ECHL. Eventually, I mean, sure, the Growlers have killed off now 17 straight, but that dam is going to break at some point. It may not be this weekend in this series against the Growlers, but it is... You know, they are bound to break through. I mean, they're so good.
Yeah.
Zerder Gossage gets it off the draw. He has a 5-goal game to his credit this season. Lifted into the air and cleared by Skirving. Johnstone, he's going to steal it from Booth, puts it through him. What an effort by Mark Johnstone. Comes up empty-handed, though, but let's not forget the Growlers are killing a penalty here. Stolen away by Newfoundland, Todd Skirving. He'll launch this one the length of the ice. 1.5 minutes to go, and the minor penalty to Matteo Pietranero. 4:10 to go in the first. 11-3 the shots for Newfoundland. In over the offensive zone line into the corner, the Mariners look to set up shop. Back to the left point to Malatesta. He'll hand off along the boards to Master. He'll walk down into the corner. Up top, Santos. One-timer wide of the cage from Malatesta. Right wing side again. McKenna trying to force his man across. It comes to Santos, and he fired it wide. A minute to go on the man advantage. Right-hand point. Whipped across to Malatesta. Just barely held in onside. Back up again from Malatesta. The power play runs through him. Santos, a stick save. Made off the one-timer by Petrozelli. Bafia in the corner. Helps free it up for McCourt, and he will bounce one the length of the ice. Wholesale line change for both clubs here. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Horvath. Listen to the crowd getting into this one here. Newfoundlanders have been dying for a Saturday night of hockey here at the Mary Brown Center, and so far the Growlers have delivered. Puck rolls toward the line. Darian Plouffe tries to get it. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. Jerry Leon up top. Staying with his man is Plouffe. Jerry Leon to the top of the right wing circle. Nice fake. In on goal. No rebound. Keith Petrozelli with only 5 seconds left on the kill.
Maine registering 2 shots during this power play, and outside of that, it had been, I want to say, close to 10 minutes since Maine had put a shot up on the board.
They've had 2 power plays, and they only have those 2 shots on goal to show for it.
Pretty crazy, and especially considering Santos, though, had multiple opportunities to put more on net, going a little bit wide on 2 of those shots, but outside of that, most of the shots coming from the point.
2 minutes and 50 seconds remain here in the opening period. Behind the net, the Growlers poked away by Centazzo. He'll send it to center, and another huge penalty kill for your Growlers. Make it 18 consecutive as the Mariners had it stolen by Marcus Power, swooping back in his own zone, and a long pass finds O'Brien near center. Cross ice, what a feed to Marcus Power. Power through the middle. Finkelstein had it knocked off the end of his stick, but it's kept alive. Left wing corner, Pietranero walks all the way behind the net. Right wing corner. Almost looks like the Growlers have a power play here. Oh, and the pass eludes Finkelstein at the blue line, but he'll race back and pick it up. No harm done. Looking up ice, what a pass. And now it's Marcus Power in over the line. Back to Centazzo, but he couldn't lift it over the goaltender. But great vision on account of these Growlers forwards. I mean, I couldn't draw up these plays that they are able to just create and manifest out of thin air. It's so impressive.
Well, especially when you have Marcus Power and Zach O'Brien out there who just seem to find each other on the ice no matter what. And I guess that's what happens when you're best friends outside of the rink as well. But now you've got Oren Centazzo in the mix, and now we're seeing that generate even more. I mean, last night's game alone, you've got O'Brien and Power for 7 assists between the 2 of them. Neither of them registering a goal, but look at the points they produced.
I don't even think O'Brien had a shot on goal. I may be mistaken, but I believe a glance at the score sheet turned that up. Hoffenmeyer, a drive. A backhand shot from in tight is blocked, and now the Growlers got to hurry back. What a play by Hoffenmeyer. He actually just pushed Evan Newgold, who was ahead of him, to give him extra speed to catch up to the man.
Wow. Great heads-up play, and I think we're starting to see this team really learn from each other and lean on each other.
John Stone into the air, wide of Booth. Booth guides it aside to keep it away from Todd Skirving as it's cleared to center ice by the Mariners. Zerder Gossage on the backhand. Sent in. That was me quietly questioning whether or not that was onside.
It was an interesting bounce of the puck after, though. It gets in and it bounces backwards.
Luke Bafia sends it up ice to Ryan Chizowski. He'll feed it ahead, trying to find the streaking Jeremy McKenna. That's broken up and sent back into the Newfoundland zone with 1 minute left on the clock here in the opening frame. Uh-oh, a turnover there. Garrett Johnston. Zerder Gossage steals it again, and Jeremy McKenna strong on his stick, able to thwart the opportunity. Growlers do free it up. Garrett Johnston gets it back. And across, the Growlers do have a man open, and it's going to be Chizowski sneaking in behind. Sharp angle try is stopped by Callum Booth. The Mariners 2-on-2 rush. Growlers end up with lots of bodies back, and they're going to have lots of bodies into the offensive zone as Finkelstein barrels in. His shot stopped by Booth. 22 seconds left here in the opening frame is Pietranero. That one just out of reach. Oh, Petrozelli, he wanted to come right out to the blue line to play that one. I love a confident puck-handling goaltender.
He's been eager to do it. We've seen it twice.
8 seconds to go in the period. The Mariners try to cut in. What a recovery there by Centazzo. And that is probably gonna do it here for another incredible start for your Growlers. 15-5 are the shots for Newfoundland. 2-0 is the score, thanks to Jeremy McKenna's 6th and Evan Newgold's 1st.
Just a great overall period for the Growlers. A few things to clean up a little defensively, but when you're sitting up 2-0, I don't think there's too much cause for concern.
All right, Chris and Kellyanne, thank you very much for the call. What a great first period. Not too bad at all. I'm going to get to some highlights in just a few moments. But first, I want to go back to something that Chris and Kellyanne were talking about regarding the Maine Mariners jerseys and which color green they're actually wearing. Well, we were wondering that ourselves. So the brains in the studio that you cannot see, we were doing some Googling and found out that the color is just green. I thought maybe it would be a sea green. You know, Mariners. They thought it was a forest green. Nope, just green. To say I'm disappointed is a bit of an understatement. That's just some highlights here. It didn't take long for the Newfoundland Growlers to get on the board here. Here's McKenna, 34 seconds in. Now, kids, any coach that you have would love to see you have a little bit of patience with the puck, just like McKenna shows here. You know, instead of just whipping a shot and hoping for the best, he waits, maybe thinking about a pass. But no, he sees there's no alley to pass to, but that corner is wide open. And a nice one, his 6th of the season assist going to Green in that one. Now, we were talking earlier about the offense. It's firing on all cylinders, but how about Keith Petruzzelli? And he's been doing great the last 2 games in this period. 2 great saves. Here's a couple of them right here, and you can see for yourself on this one. Oh, it's just looking real good. Here on the breakaway, of course. Keeping an eye on, coming out of that blue area, cutting down the angles. That's what you got to do. I mean, he was trying to go 5-hole, I think, there. Not quite sure, but no, Keith's a big boy. He covers a lot of that net when he comes out to meet you. And then, of course, another save right here. And again, you know, he's kind of back in the crease a little bit, but he knew exactly where he was going. You got to have defense. When your defense kind of lets a shooter get past him a little bit, you got to count on that goaltender in the back between the pipes, and that's exactly what Keith was doing there. Off to a great start this evening, 2 beauty saves. And, of course, the Newfoundland Growlers are up 2-0 because of this. Evan Newgold's 1st goal of the season. And this is also a pretty nice one, too. Take a look at this. It's an assist from Plouffe and Johnson on this one.
And the Growlers have numbers.
Just so nice. Just nice passing. And, you know, this has been the bread and butter of the Newfoundland Growlers since day one. Some good passing, guys getting open, and when they do have the puck, they tip it just enough to that empty area so the goal light goes off. But that looks beautiful. Growlers up 2-0 after 1 period of play. Stick around. We have an interview with Ben Finkelstein coming up. And as I mentioned a few moments ago during the last timeout, we have a story from last night's game that happened in the stands. And you're going to want to see the pictures that accompany it. It's all coming up as the first intermission continues on Rogers TV.
Interest payments were going up. Creditors were calling. I finally realized I needed help. The people at Janes & Noseworthy really took care of me, and I'm glad I chose a local solution. I felt like they understood me better. Getting help with my debt has given me the energy, the headspace, and the time to make my dreams come true. A chance to start again with knowledge, support, and people in your corner. Are you looking for that kind of help? It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Mini Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
I can't thank people enough for donating to the War Amps.
If I could, I'd give every single donor a big hug, because things that they've allowed these kids to do are amazing.
Gives them the opportunity to experience life as everyone else would.
They can do so much. They can play musical instruments, snowboarding, play hockey, kayak, swim. There's no doors being closed to them, and I find that amazing.
It's affected my family in a way that we may never be able to thank you.
If you were just joining us, Growlers up 2-0 after 1 period of play. The Newfoundland Growlers find themselves in 2nd place in the North Division behind the Reading Royals. And Reading is in action tonight. Not started yet. because they are in the Eastern time zone, but they're home to Trois Rivières this evening, and the two other teams in the North Division. Adirondack is in Worcester to take on the Railers. All right, Brian Rogers had a chance to chat with Ben Finkelstein earlier today. Let's listen in on that conversation.
Thanks very much, Bill and Steve. Doing a great job on the desk on Rogers TV as always. Brian Rogers with Ben Finkelstein of the Newfoundland Growlers. Benny, thanks for joining us on our broadcast this Friday evening as your team prepares to take on the Maine Mariners in the second of 4 games. You made your debut with the Ice Caps on home ice the other night in a 5-0 win. How'd you feel?
It was just good to be back with the boys. Had a brief little vacation with COVID in Buffalo, but nice to be back.
Would have been nice to see the Sabres being at home at that time. Kevin Adams, the former Leaf, probably would have taken care of you guys wearing Newfoundland jerseys, but you were able to weather the storm, pardon me, but it must have been tough physically and mentally.
Yeah, it was tough, but, you know, we had 4 or 5 of us there together, so that makes it way better. But like I said, glad to be back now.
We're going to talk a little bit about your Boston College career shortly, because a lot of people in Newfoundland Labrador, when they hear Boston College, they beam with pride because the New Hooks, both Alex and Abby, are doing an outstanding job and came through that great school like you did. But first of all, walk me back to your rookie year in the ECHL in a limited amount of teams playing. The Growlers were the defending Keller Cup champions, didn't get to play, but you did. And you played with some former Growlers who had won the year before. So tell me about your experience in Greenville.
Yeah, Greenville was great. I got to play with Sam Jardine and Matt Bradley, a couple great guys. Can't say enough good things about them. They definitely made my rookie year one to remember.
Yeah, the guys are great fellas, and they were an integral part of the championship team just 3 years ago. Ben, putting up some great numbers, though. I know you're a modest young fella and all that, but it had to feel good being selected by the ECHL as a rookie, making an all-star team, putting up some very, very impressive numbers in a short amount of playing time.
Yeah, it was good. I played with some really good guys last year, and I was fortunate enough to play on a good power play and get lucky, I guess.
The Newfoundland Growlers have been blessed with great American players. We've had a lot of guys from the US of A, including yourself now, and obviously your nation is getting stronger and stronger because more people are participating. But tell me about the influx in a small state like Vermont, where you're from, South Burlington, a beautiful city, but it's small, but it's part of New England, and we know about folklore and hockey down that way.
Yep, Burlington, Vermont, it's great, small area. Trying to produce as many hockey players as we can right now, but you know, the ones that are going far, we stick together and we're always rooting for each other.
Yep, you see a former Vermont player, now the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, and Martin Saint-Louis.
Yep, that's awesome. I know he was actually teammates with Ducharme at UVM, so it's pretty cool that he's taken over too.
Well, that's it. And of course, feel kind of bad for Ducharme. He coached the Halifax Mooseheads to a Memorial Cup, and he had some great players, but maybe it was just a little overmatched this time around. He'll be back, though, for sure. Let's talk about your career. You obviously went to college, and Boston College is a tremendous hockey program like all the Hockey East ones are, but why did you select that school in particular?
I think it was just pretty obvious getting on campus, the facilities, the coaching staff. Jerry York's in the Hall of Fame already, and then the group of guys there is kind of a no-brainer for me.
Wow. How would you describe yourself as a player, Ben? Somebody walks up on the street and says, "Well, Finkelstein, Stein?"
Yeah.
Sorry, but I had to throw it out there, but I'm not as sharp as you. But how would you describe yourself?
I think I'm a puck-moving defenseman. I like to join the play when I can and, you know, just compete every day.
Well, Ben looked real good in his debut on home ice the other night as the Growlers beat the Maine Mariners by a score of 5-0. And, you know, you talk about everything the team's gone through with being out of this building and now back in, and then the protocol in the States, and now getting a group together. Is it piquing your interest to see how good this team could potentially be?
I think it's pretty obvious when we're all out there buzzing together. Like, we got a good club, and we compete for the guy next to you, so it's easy making plays. It's fun coming to the rink, and I think we can do some serious. I think we can have fun this year and win it all.
That's good to hear.
That's what I think.
I'm so sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to pull the mic away. No, but all the guys were in an emotional roller coaster this week with the Chris Abbott ceremony that we witnessed as a group together here last week. And the boys want to win for Abo, and we're all wearing Abo decals 92. So there's a good vibe in the room. You can tell the guys are happy to be back together, and everybody's good now, not sick.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't know Abo, but obviously seeing the impact he had when I was actually crossing the border, the guy at working the border even mentioned him. So I think that says something in itself. And obviously we want to do it for him and do it for each other.
That's awesome. Well, Ben, thanks so much for joining us, and I cannot let you go without talking about the new hooks, Alex and Abby. Abby is a star with Boston College right now. Alex has made the jump playing for a former St. John's Maple Leaf with Jared Bednar, the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche, but had to be a phenomenal teammate and wonderful young man and woman.
Alex, he was a freshman my senior year at Boston College, and can't say enough good things about him as a person, as a teammate, and as a player. He's earned everything, and can't wait to watch him for the next 15 years.
Well, Ben, you're wearing jersey number 28, but I know quickly become number 1 in a lot of fans' heart here in Newfoundland, Labrador, and they're back in the building cheering on your team, so good luck this weekend, and I hope you stick around. I know that your sights are set higher, and you're going to be a Marley, but right now you're with the best team in the ECHL, and I hope you enjoy your stay here.
Definitely, I appreciate it.
Keep your eyes on Ben Finkelstein, because he can fly, I'm telling you right now. Now let's go back to the desk.
All right, Brian Rogers, thank you very much. I love the love to show him for Abo, of course. We're showing it, and I like the new battle cry. Let's do it for Abo. And I'm getting some emails about the sticker that I'm wearing, and many people want to get their hands on one. You can go to the Growlers website and purchase these if you want to put them on your hockey helmet, or maybe on a blazer like I have, or anywhere you want to go. If you want to show your love for Chris Abo Abbott, that's one way to do it. Just go to the Growlers website. We're going to take a little break here. The story of what happened in the stands last night at the Mary Brown Center is one we are going to share next on Rogers TV.
It all started when I racked up some serious debt. Interest payments were going up, creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Money Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
Ever wonder what to do with these guys? Well, if you're a professional bartender, you probably do. Hi, I'm Brian O'Connell. This fall on Rogers TV, we introduce you to Backyard Bartenders, where we bring in professional and amateur bartenders to make some wonderful drinks to bring your bartending abilities to the next level. Join me for Backyard Bartender this season on Rogers TV, and you'll find out exactly what to do with these guys.
Welcome back to the first intermission on Rogers TV. Growlers up after one period of play, 2-0. Now, last night, now if you've ever been to a Growlers game, you know it's family entertainment. In the Mary Brown Center last night, of course, more of the same. Of course, limited crowd, but we're hoping that will change. One of the traditions for the fans, or when being a kid, and at the end of the game, going down to the dressing room entrance and stretching your hand out to get a high five, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky enough, you grab yourself a stick. Why don't you take a look at these pictures here. This is Caden right here. Look at the size of that stick. He has a big smile on his face, but there's a good story behind this one shared by his mom, Lisa, and I was talking to her earlier today. During the end of the game, and they were doing the high fives, Orenson Tazo handed his stick to a young gentleman, not Caden, but another young fan. He took the stick and he looked at Caden and goes, "Here, you can have this. I already have enough sticks at home." So, and gave him a high five afterwards as well. I'll tell you, Lisa said the same thing, and I'm going to echo the same statement. I'm not sure who that young fan was, but look how happy that little Caden is, huh? The smile on his face, that'll keep you warm for the rest of the weekend for sure. But somebody raised their kids right. Good move on that young man, that young fan, whoever he may be. If we can get his name, we'll be sure to mention him during a future broadcast for sure. But Lisa, thank you so much for sharing that story. It's good to see the fans having fun and having fun together at the Mary Brown Center. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back to continue the second period in just a moment on Rogers TV.
Got some serious debt. Interest payments were going up. Creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Money Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
Ever wonder what to do with these guys? Well, if you're a professional bartender, you probably do. Hi, I'm Brian O'Connell. This fall on Rogers TV, we introduce you to Backyard Bartenders, where we bring in professional and amateur bartenders to make some wonderful drinks to bring your bartending abilities to the next level. Join me for Backyard Bartender this season on Rogers TV, and you'll find out exactly what to do with these guys.
All right, welcome back. Just a few minutes away from the start of the second period. We're going to throw it back to Chris and Kellyanne in just a few moments. It's been a weird week. You may have heard Newfoundland Growlers player Susie was traded, and he's now with the Maine Mariners. And looks like another player has done that as well. Taylor Egan, who was just most recently with the Growlers, had to walk across the arena to the Maine Mariners dressing room. He has been traded to them, and he's been racking up the air miles this season, because before playing with the Growlers, he played 4 games with the Wheeling Nailers. Love that name, Wheeling Nailers. Not as good as the Swamp Rabbits, but good nonetheless. So, Taylor, thank you for your time with the Growlers. You will be missed. Games getting started very, very soon in the Northern Division. Adirondack is in Worcester tonight. Trois Rivières is visiting Reading, and the Reading Royals, of course, are in first place in the North Division. Don't forget, tomorrow's game is an afternoon start at 2, and the way it's been working, they release tickets the day of the game. So if you want to get your hands on some, find out on their website, of course, or on their Facebook page is also a good avenue to go to as well. So we're making sure that Keith Petrozelli stays hot. We've got 2 goals on the scoreboard, one from McKenna. That was his 6th of the year. And Evan Newgold, and I'm still shocked over the fact that Chris Ballard said this out loud, and I'll never fact check that man again, because he was right. It's his first of the season. Putting the Growlers up 2-0. Plouffe and Johnstone with the assists. All right, we're about to wrap things up here, and we're getting set for another great period of Newfoundland Growlers hockey, of course. They're up 2-0 against the Maine Mariners. We are going to throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. They'll have the call for you right here on Rogers TV.
Or throwing it down deep into the zone, and sometimes not. Sometimes taking the opportunities and going with it, which you typically don't see. So the Growlers penalty kill is a special one for that reason.
Just showing the replay here on Flow Hockey of the Evan Newgold goal. And look at that celebration. You gotta love it. 30 seconds to go until we're back underway. Here at the Mary Brown Center, Saturday night, there's fans in the building. It doesn't get much better than this.
No, you can feel everyone is excited to be here, and it helps when you're up 2-0 going into the second period.
Sure does. Back at center we go. The Growlers, looks like they have their 5 ready to begin the period. Riley McCourt and Noel Hoffenmeyer on the back end. Gordy Green on the right. Jeremy McKenna on the left. And Ryan Chizowski down the middle. Son of former New York Islander Dave Chizowski. And we're back underway. Santos advancing that one into the Growler zone off the face-off, but taken back by Hoffenmeyer. Cross on the right wing. Riley McCourt looks up ice. Off the tape of Hoffenmeyer and kept alive in the left wing corner by McKenna. And look at him wheel. Battling against Malatesta. Poke toward the line. It will get by Chizowski. Look at the wheels on Zerder Gossage. Trying to beat Hoffenmeyer back, but Hoffenmeyer stays with him. Such a smart defender in the Growler zone, but it's held in at the line. Master just floats one into the glove of Petrozelli. No rebound as we approach the first minute expired here in the opening period.
Maine really coming out, flying a little bit here. I think they're really trying to cut this lead down to at least one and quickly do it, because you know what happened in that opening period, 34 seconds in, and the Growlers put themselves on the board, and they kind of deflated Maine's balloon a little bit, and I think they're really trying to regain momentum.
Oren Centazzo on the draw. Great play by Marcus Power as that puck was rolling to no man's land, and he flipped it out to center. Sent back in by the Mariners. Petruzzelli guides it aside, one touched ahead by O'Brien, and on his horse is Oren Centazzo, getting that one into the right wing corner of the offensive zone. That's going to roll all the way wide open to the left-hand corner where Finkelstein picks it up. He's bodied hard down there. O'Brien helps free it up for Finkelstein. His pass bounced toward open ice, intercepted by Germain, but gathered back in by Centazzo, hitting center and flinging it in deep was Finkelstein. Collected back up by the Growlers. Cross ice feed from O'Brien, intended for Power, was off the mark, back down low. That one eluded Centazzo, but the Growlers again hold the line. Tenacious as they track the puck down in the left wing corner. Jaswal gets to this one first. Marcus Power stays on him, flipped toward the blue line. Kept in for a moment by Pietranero, but it will be the Mariners pushing it only as far as the Newfoundland blue line as the Growlers settle it. That's Finkelstein. In his own zone, surveying his options, handing it off for Pietranero. Up on the left wing to Marcus Power. Waits for a few pieces to fall in place. Finds an open man in Skirving, and a big pad save made by Booth. Nice shot. Skirving's played so well these last two games.
Oh, yeah.
He was all over the ice, even on Wednesday. He had a great night last night, and again, he's having his looks again here tonight. Johnstone in for Skirving, follows up. Taken away instead by St. Louis. Getting a piece was Plouffe, and now Bafia's got it pinned along the right wing boards. He's rubbed down along the boards, and it's going to be taken back. Clearing attempt there for the Mariners is held in by Plouffe, sending it down low, trying to reach Johnstone. That's intercepted and stolen right back by Skirving, and he'll send Johnstone ahead. Drop pass for Plouffe. Plouffe, oh, what a pass in front. Nobody home to tap it in. Johnston, nice save at the line to work it down low. Plouffe, he's being bodied by St. Louis. Puck nowhere near them as the Mariners clear just inside the Newfoundland blue line. Almost 3 minutes gone here. Another great feed. Plouffe unable to reel this one in, though, as Louis Serdergosage dangles his way in. Almost a partial break. Well, you're not going to beat Keith Petruzzelli from 2 centimeters in front of his goal pad. That's for sure. Plouffe, long feed across. Nice job by McKenna to play it ahead. Behind the net, Chizowski able to play that puck away from the defender. McKenna tracking it down again into that left wing corner. What a play. Chizowski out in front, point blank shot, and a save made by Booth. Gordy Green was right on the doorstep. Now it's center. Santos counters back. In over the line onside. Serdergosage. His shot wide of the cage. Santos behind the net. Put it into the skates of Chizowski. He'll leave it for Gordy Green. And ahead, poked toward the line and gets out to center thanks to Riley McCourt, the former Flint Firebird. On the left wing side, the Mariners look to counter bleakly. Nice job by McCourt, getting his stick in the lane and helping that one out of play with 16:07 left here in the second period. Still all Growlers here in this second period. No goals to speak of just yet, but still the momentum pretty firmly in the Growlers' corner.
The Growlers doing a great job with second efforts as well. What you're seeing is even when the D are pinching to keep the puck in down low, that forward coming back to do the support. We see it in the lot with Oren Centazzo in his previous shift out there holding the line multiple times. Mark Johnstone, Todd Skirving. We've seen it from pretty well everyone on the ice that they're looking to help cover each other to create these opportunities where nearly one for the other team there.
No, absolutely. Centazzo, he'll work it back into the offensive zone. He takes a hit from Duquette as the Growlers free it up. Centazzo almost able to get it on goal with that loose one, but instead Bleakley counters it back, and a nice long reach by Pietranero as the Growlers regain control, flipping toward the middle. Centazzo, his pass intended for O'Brien is off the mark. Kellyanne, have you noticed how quickly the Growlers are able to regain possession after a loss? I mean, yes, sometimes they play maybe a little cutesy with the puck, but that's the skill level that allows them to get away with that as often as it does. But even if they do turn it over, I find they're so quick to get it back.
Oh yeah, they're putting two men on the puck pretty well at all times.
Finkelstein stays on it as that one is flipped out of play with 15:15 remaining here in the second period. 17-6. That's the shots in favor of Newfoundland. That's only 2-1 in the period for the Growlers, but they are holding on to that 2-0 lead.
Growlers really able to roll all three lines right now. You're not seeing one really edge another one in ice time at this point when you're having a 2-goal lead, but everyone contributing. No need to really have to manage what the matchups are.
Mark Johnstone out to take the face-off for Newfoundland. From Cranford, New Jersey is Mark Johnstone. Kicked out of the face-off dot, however, as the Mariners win the draw and fire a low shot wide. There's Mark Johnstone. Plays it ahead and a long pass. Oh, they are going to call that an offside. What an effort there by Skirving.
Skirving really, you'd mentioned it before, but he's just having a tremendous game, and he's really having a tremendous series. We know his penalty killing ability, but it's nice to see his offensive opportunities transpire as well.
Approaching the 5-minute mark here of the second period. Thanks so much, folks, for joining us wherever you may be joining us from. Face-off one back by the Growlers, sent in by Garrett Johnson. Behind the net, Booth unable to knock it down. Newgold trying to bully his way forward out of that right wing corner. Leaves it now Finkelstein. Sorry, that's Johnstone in the battle. Played away by the Mariners. Shea dangerously into the corner. Look at the work being turned in by Johnstone as the Growlers free it up. Right wing boards Newgold. Trying to get it down into the corner for Johnstone. That's partially intercepted, rolling free. The Growlers can't get it. Long feet ahead, and now Shea's going to try and get in behind the Newfoundland defense. Can't beat Petrozelli as that one is stopped again. Shea centering feed. Oh, what a save by Petrozelli. How did that stay out? Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that really kind of just bounced across the goal line, essentially, and Keith Petrozelli
what a
getting
save.
control just in time.
Right wing side. Well, when you're good, you're lucky sometimes, and I think Petro was a bit of both on that play.
Maine's bench getting ready to celebrate every opportunity there. They thought they had the goal 2 shots before that.
Now Chizowski's going to try and get loose, but Zerder smartly plays the puck away from him. And now it's center master ahead for Santos. Staying with him is Garrett Johnston. And what a defensive effort by Johnston to knock the puck away. And now the Growlers have numbers. It's a 2-on-2. Chizowski, give and go, his shot, off the stick of Horvath. I could see the look on your face, Kelly, and that release is next level. Oh, and he just tried it again, this one wide. McCourt into the corner, McKenna up top to Hoffenmeyer. Right wing corner lands for Chizowski. Chizowski, he's got, oh my goodness, what a move, he scores! Oh, roll the highlight reel, it's Ryan Chizowski, 3-0.
What a way to flip the momentum there. Maine thinking they've had a goal twice at that point in the past minute and a half. For them to move this and shift the momentum down offensively, Chizowski to have all the patience instead of looking for the pass in the high slot, takes the D out of the play, has all the room in the world and all the time, and he takes advantage of it.
Gosh, I hope the Toronto Marlies aren't watching because they are going to get him on the next flight back to the mainland. Unbelievable.
I take it back. He's having an okay game.
Oh, he stinks out here tonight, no doubt about it. What a play by Chizowski.
Oh,
what a goal.
Was, yeah. And to come off of Keith Petrozelli's save.
Yep, I mean, for Maine, that might be the game, you know? Like, because of 2 goals, if you score the next one, if you're Maine, hey, you're a goal away from tying it. It's a completely different story. Keith Petrozelli, the big save. And the Growlers look to counter again. Right wing, Finkelstein. For O'Brien, he's got a man alone in front in Orenson Tazo. That one off the mark. Cleared to center ice. And Askew picks it right up. Poked away by Pietranero, but he gets it back out of the corner. And nice block there as Centazzo plays it ahead, intended for O'Brien. But Duquette holds the line. 12:25 to go in the period. Into the high slot, Bleakley. He missed on his one-timer. Beautiful play by O'Brien. And now Power. A little give and go since Finkelstein, and he'll flip this into the offensive zone. 18-9 are the shots on goal. Just 3 shots in the period for Newfoundland. Jerry Leon Look at the wheels in. Oh, and a rebound stopped by Petrozelli, touched up. And a slashing penalty has been called. The Mariners are going to get a power play here. I don't know why Robbins is arguing with the officials. You're about to go to the man advantage, my friend.
Yeah, really a bit confused
Or
by
are
that
they?
one. No, it's Growlers, Noel Hoffenmeyer with the slash call.
All right, Growlers up 3-0. The Maine Mariners are about to go on the power play, and Chris and Kellyanne mentioned it earlier this game that they have the best power play in the league, but the Newfoundland Growlers got a pretty good penalty kill as well. We're going to have some highlights of what you may have missed if you are just joining us during the second intermission. And speaking of the second intermission, Brian Rogers is going to be talking to a gentleman who got his first goal of the season tonight, Evan Newgold. Yes, we'll be chatting with him in a little bit to see what's going on, and we'll check out those scores from around the league of teams in the North Division. All righty. All right, I'm going to throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. Second period continues on Rogers TV.
Riley McCourt and Jeremy McKenna. So make it 2 points on the night for Jeremy McKenna.
Well, I mean, and then you look at what he had last night.
Another pair of goals last night,
Yeah,
one tonight.
He's on a bit of a streak.
The Marlies are listening.
We've got a few guys that if they went up, I think, you know, we've got other guys who are stepping in. So.
Well, I'll say this. The Growlers, with their 3 years with the affiliation with the Toronto Maple Leafs, I find this group, for whatever reason, maybe it's been the changeover in kind of management structures or just a good group of guys, but when this group gets called up, they've made more of an impact than any of the previous group who have gotten called up. It felt like they were almost, this is unfair, but an afterthought, or like they weren't really a part of the bigger picture. But now, I mean, you've already seen it with Bobby McMahon.
Yeah.
Earning a new contract for next season already, by the way, as the Mariners power play gets set. Zerder up top. Oh, what a block that was by Johnstone. The fans love that. Back to Zerder. He'll fire it off the goalpost. Off a stick and out to center ice, and already hard on this one is Todd Skirving trying to steal from Malatesta. His pass finds Zerder. He'll stutter in over the line, handing it off to Santos. Side of the net. Garrett Johnston's helmet's knocked off. He's got to leave the ice. So the Growlers down to 3 skaters until the Growlers get a fresh one. Petrozelli with the glove. Stones him again.
Garrett Johnson doing a great job at getting to the bench real quick there rather than taking the penalty for losing his helmet and remaining on the ice. I mean, it's tough, you know, especially on the penalty kill to not try to stay out there and do your part, but doing his part was getting off the ice.
You're absolutely right. Never seen him move so quick in my life. What a sprint to the bench that was.
And then Keith Petrozelli coming in with the big glove save.
I mean, every aspect, what a ring around, and now McKenna's in a one-on-one with Horvath. Tries the same shot that's been successful for him the last 2 nights. Comes up empty-handed this time, but they may get this puck back at center. Oh, a nice play by Bleakley into the corner to Jerry Leon. Tries to center that one. Had a lot on it, but it will be collected back. 55 seconds to go on the Mariner power play in the right wing corner. That's lifted into the air, bounces to the line, and Jerry Leon keeps it in. Leaves it along the right wing boards. Chizowski keeping a watchful eye. Loose puck in the corner. Bafia bodies his man. Bouncing puck into the slot, and Petrozelli says, I'd like to hang on to this one with 35 seconds left on the penalty kill.
Growlers will switch up that penalty kill now. I found it interesting to see McKenna and Chizowski out there together. Generally, that's not a penalty killing pairing we see.
I think I trust Eric Wellwood and Nate McKeeve.
Yeah.
No. Just to, I mean, maybe they see offensive opportunities on the kill. I mean, clearly the Growlers are wired to do that, it seems.
That is the penalty kill format.
Gordy Green, what a steal. The Growlers have a shorthanded 3-on-2. In over the line is Finkelstein into the left wing corner with it. He's bodied and Malatesta frees it up. Finkelstein immediately gets back as the main rush just reaches him now. What a player Finkelstein is. Right wing corner. Rolls behind the net. Darian Plouffe trying to free it up. 9 seconds to go on the main power play. Back to the line. Top of the left wing circle. Zerder trying to walk it out in front. They score. 10:02 remains, and the Mariners are on the board. It's 3-1 Newfoundland.
Matthew Santos showing why he is the leading goal scorer for Maine Mariners. They're doing a great job coming in, using the traffic in front as a screen to Keith Petruzzelli, because you know if Keith Petruzzelli sees that coming the whole way through, he has that. So looking like Santos now increasing his goals on the season to 15, which pushes him to 3 points.
10:02 to go. Yeah, good puck movement there by the Mariners. Nice pass, couple of bodies screening Petruzzelli. And that's all she wrote for that one as the Mariners get on the board. My question is, was that a power play goal or did the Growlers kill it off?
No, I thought it was power play, but
we were very close to the end. Right wing corner inside the Newfoundland zone. Play continues. We're into the second half of the second period. Half a game gone. It's 3-1 Newfoundland. Behind the net. Got to give props to the Mariners here. Oh, here comes maybe a 3-on-2 for Newfoundland. O'Brien. The Mariners look to counter back. Out of their own zone, Duquette. Off the boards, knocked down by Johnstone. He'll play it out. And brought right back in by Jerry Leon. That's offside.
In the interest of your safety.
So Santos at 10:02, his 15th of the season. It is not fully entered in to the game sheet. We will have to wait and see if that is 18 consecutive penalties killed.
Yeah, you can tell what I'm looking at you there for.
Absolutely. You're like, well, are you going to say it? 9:19 remains here in the second.
Did we jinx it in saying like we knew 17 was getting up there?
I think we did, yes. Darian Plouffe in over the line, batted down by Bleakley as the Mariners clear the zone. Wide of Petruzzelli. He'll leave it aside for Garrett Johnston. His clearing attempt is held in by Germain. Played back down low to Bleakley, but Newgold helps and get it back. Skirving. Head up as he skates it out towards center, handing it up for Garrett Johnston. He'll ring it in behind the net. Booth out of his net to play it, guides it into the corner. Growlers hard on that puck though. Skirving golfs it back behind the net as Horvath spins on a dime to keep away from Plouffe. Flips a pass ahead. Nice hit by Plouffe. That helps the Growlers free it back up. Skirving flips it along the right wing boards. Played away from him, and Bleakley sends a pass ahead. Cleared in by the Mariners. Newgold patient as he flips it free to Finkelstein. Back for Matteo Pietranero. He'll start it up ice, handing it off for Finkelstein. Poke checked away from him, back into the Newfoundland zone. Back to retrieve it. Uh-oh, that's Pietranero, but he blew a tire, and the Growlers are forced to clear the zone. Bit of backspin, though, on that puck. Growlers get it back. At their own blue line, Jeremy McKenna. Oh, and his pass is stolen, and Malatesta counters in. Stolen right back by Pietranero as he advances it to the line, not out. Held in by former Growler Egan, and a pad save. Petruzzelli, he'll hang on. 7:51 remains here in the second period. 18-13 are the shots, so the Mariners, that's 8-3, outshooting the Growlers in this period. It's kind of funny, the second period's kind of been the worst period for Newfoundland throughout these games against the Mariners.
And they still registered a goal.
Correct.
But yes, I would agree with you. I think, you know, the defensive zone cleaned up from the first period, for sure, but seeing a few of those passes that just quite aren't connecting.
Noel Hoffenmeyer took down a couple of Mariners with that great move, sending the pass into neutral ice and picked back up Chazowski. Couldn't get it in deep, but McKenna gets it. He'll walk back toward the blue line, trying to leave the pass there for Hoffenmeyer, but he had already vacated his post. And there's his steal. Santos gets in. What a play by Petruzzelli. His hand didn't even leave the paddle of the stick, and he still managed to poke it away. Across Chazowski, that pass is off the mark, and the Mariners look to counter. Good active stick. What defense there by Riley McCourt as the Growlers clear the zone. 7:10 remaining. Growlers kind of just hanging on here for the last few shifts. You need a big rush. Gordy Green, he's going to lead a 3-on-2. Cross ice feed, McKenna. Second try, pulled out of the air by Booth as McKenna maybe didn't get all the graphite he wanted on that first one.
Not quite, but Growlers doing a great job here of really trying to switch up momentum there, because what we were seeing was a lot of play happening between the top of the circles and the Growlers blue line. A lot of turnovers. Maine doing a great job at holding the line and taking advantage But then the Growlers quick to finally get the puck moving and get it down and get a quick shot on that. Rather than trying to set up, just trying to really get things back going towards Booth.
Face-off for Oren Centazzo is instead won back by the Mariners. Connor Bleakley. Centazzo stays on him. Pietranero is spilled as the Growlers send it back to center. Chasing it down is Marcus Power, but Egan gets control and sends a pass through the middle. And now Askew trying to get in on the right wing side. Curls a pass toward the middle. That's stolen by Finkelstein, and the Growlers thought they were going to have numbers, but the pass was stolen by Germain. Back for Malatesta and across for Egan. Out at center. Oh, that was almost reeled in, but offside on the play.
Nice heads-up play by Egan, though, to see a streaking Germain there coming across to really try to feed that pass through. Growlers looking like they might be trying to get a little too fancy with their passes right now, maybe needing to cut that back just a little bit. Not to take away from the creativity, because obviously
no,
what gets them in 3-1 position.
The creativity of this team will never be stifled.
No.
But it needs to be held in check from time to time. You need to play within some kind of structure. I mean, this isn't just pond hockey. Like, they got to reel it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Garrett Johnston off the draw, down low to Johnstone. Horvath trying to pull it away, but Newgold, he's all over his man, and Skirving holds the line, at least temporarily, comes to center, where Johnstone tried again, maybe one of those cute little passes to flip it back in, but Garrett Johnston able to pull. Oh, and there's a Mariner down. Oh, and he is injured.
Yeah,
behind
Trainer
the play,
quick to jump over the bench there and get out on the
right
ice.
between the benches.
Growlers Trainer also entering the ice now. It was a clean play. Like, I think it was just an awkward hit.
I did not witness. It was a little. The puck had left that area of the ice and was cleared, I believe, into the Growler zone when the collision occurred.
Yeah, the main player that's down there had turned, had taken a stride, and then had fallen backwards there.
Ooh.
But after all those around him had vacated the area.
He is being helped up. Still not sure who it is down there. It's been a tough week for the Mariners. That's Zerder Gossage. Now we might get a glimpse here. Oh, he took a hard, you were right, Kellyanne, clean hit, but it did seem like he kind of
almost like whiplash.
Buckled over the half board, if you will, into the bench, and maybe got the worst of that one.
Yeah, I mean, clean hit. He turned a little bit at the end there. Of course, when you're in that close and you got speed coming in on a hit, that's not, putting on the brakes is a bit scarier there. But even after the Growler had vacated the area, Maine Mariner was still on his feet, but it was after that he kind of came back here. Yeah. So refs now having a conversation. And Growlers will get a penalty on the play.
Marcus Powers going to refute this.
And I would too. Like from what I could see, clean.
It certainly appeared that way. I didn't see anything too ugly on that.
And nothing intentional by any means either.
Well, we're going to see it again here.
If anything, it's Bafia. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's not Marcus Power, that's for sure. Well, did Bafia get a game misconduct and Marcus is serving? I know it's.
That's a 5 minute.
Oh wow.
I mean, nobody wants to see a guy hurt.
It'll be interesting to see if maybe his arm came up. Maybe there was contact to the head.
Maybe. Hard to tell from the angle we're seeing it at.
Well, the #1 power play in the match penalty for head contact. Well, that gives the best power play in the ECHL a full 5 minutes to go to work. Master, top of the right circle. They got a man all alone. What a save, Petrozelli. Again, foiling the opportunities of the Mariners' power plays. The Growlers clear to center. Master for Santos, trying to go wide around Pietranero. He'll watch him, skating with him every step behind the net. Offenmeyer for Pietranero, turns it over in front. Petrozelli, 2 big saves, it hit the goal post and stays out. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Petruzzelli really turning his body over there, trying to get his leg up even just to make an effort to shot the second rebound.
Malatesta across to Master. Passing between the top of the circle to the Mariners. Santos to the left-hand side. Malatesta goes for a skate. He'll change positions. Across, one-timer blocked out of play. The fans absolutely loving that. 1 minute and 10 seconds gone here.
We're going to get a replay on that. Here we go. Oh.
Was it a goal post, or did Petruzzelli actually kick that puck?
No, I don't think Petruzzelli touched it. We'll see another angle here.
Yep. Oh.
That's the crossbar.
Actually,
sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
I was
going to
say that may have been the underside of the bar.
They're gonna rewatch this here now too.
They are.
So Maine will regroup at the bench, try to draw something up here in case this is called.
Yeah, this play is under review. I was going to say, it looked like now, it may have been the underside of the crossbar, but that does not mean that it was in the net.
No, and also the ref was behind the net, so a hard angle to actually see where that puck had gone.
Worth noting here, even if Maine scores, they will remain on the power play. That's the most dangerous part of this whole thing.
Yeah, and I mean, only killed a minute 10 so far at this point as well.
Big moment of this game here.
Absolutely,
now,
and I mean, Maine doing a great job at moving the puck.
Petruzzelli did touch that with his skate. You can see it from this back angle. No goal. Wow. Head coach of the Maine Mariners is Ben Guite, former member of the Colorado Avalanche. Went to coach the University of Maine after that. And the Mariners are all too familiar with his body of work, and we're thrilled to be able to bring him into the mix this season.
I mean, doing a remarkable job. I mean, they just were on a 3-game win streak before.
Takes off one by the Growlers, but that's a lot of ice to have to cover. Garrett Johnston muscles that to center. Well, you can even hear the Growler bench applauding the efforts from the Winnipeg, Manitoba native, and he's going to try and get this puck. Petruzzelli plays it away instead, smartly. The Mariners will settle. 3.5 minutes of power play time, and that one is wide of the cage. Nice effort. Diving after that one is McCourt. Cross ice feed, Germain had trouble with it, and it's cleared by Garrett Johnston.
Maine really trying to get one more on the board here, especially before the end of the period. 3-2 really pulls you back into the hockey.
3-2 is a game.
Oh, absolutely.
Jerry Leon at center, stolen by Green. He'll push it back at center, trying to steal it and get in on another patented shorthanded breakaway is Darian Plouffe, and he'll push it ahead for Green. Green's in on a partial break. Cutting wide, he's clawed down, and a penalty coming up. What a play by Gordy Green.
Growlers doing what they do best.
Look at Hoffenmeyer and Pietronero, Plouffe as well, going right to Gordy Green. That's how you neutralize the #1 power play in the ECHL. You draw them into a penalty.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Growlers are known for an offensive penalty kill, but this here, Gordy Green really jumping on that opportunity, and rather than just shooting the puck on net, seeing if he holds on to it, takes even more time off of the penalty that they're killing, which puts them in a better position in the long run.
What a play. Like hockey IQ on display all over the ice here tonight. This team.
And I think that's a big part of the guys congratulating them. They understood that, you know what, didn't get a shot on net, but didn't need to.
4-on-4 for a full 2 minutes here as that shot from Finkelstein is swallowed up and held by Callum Booth. Let's step aside. 3:48 left in the period. Still lots of hockey left in this one. The Growlers ahead by a pair. It's 3-1. You're listening to Newfoundland Growlers.
Whew, what a period of hockey that is. And Frank Petruzzelli, come on. If you're not a fan yet, this game is surely getting you on the Frank bandwagon, just for lack of a better term. All right, so we saw the penalty, and we saw the 5-minute power play that's in the midst of going on, and now 2 minutes of it has been eaten up thanks to that penalty on the Maine Mariners. 3-1 is the score right now. I just want to tee up what's coming up in the second intermission. We're going to have a little chat with Evan Newgold, who, if you haven't heard yet, got his first goal of the season earlier this evening. And we're also going to be checking out some highlights as well from this first period. Some absolutely amazing saves. Look, if the ECHL is looking for a best of for the month of February, just set your cameras up on Petrozelli, okay? And he'll show you what it's all about. All right, I'm going to throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. Second intermission on Rogers TV.
Shots on goal for the game seem innocent enough at 21-15 in favor of Newfoundland, but in this period alone, the Mariners are out shooting Newfoundland 10-5.
I mean, not surprising when you look at the opportunities that have arisen here. I mean, multiple rebound saves for Keith Petrozelli as well, and he's flashed the glove a few times. He's been very active in coming out of his net as well to play the puck.
Great face-off win there by Centazos. The Growlers have it in the high slot to O'Brien. O'Brien spins away from trouble, leaving it into the skates. Nice effort by Hoffenmeyer. The effort has been so high, and Hoffenmeyer's in. He's in tight quarters on a breakaway, and oh, he's upended after. Loose in front. O'Brien scores! That was in. It looked like that crossed the line. They got to go upstairs for that one.
I think they're definitely going upstairs for this one. I mean, the goal light did come on. Ref waved it off real quick.
Oh, that probably. Oh, and Hoffenmeyer's stick is slashed out of his hands, and now Maine's got a breakaway in alone. Petrozelli, what a save again! Loose in front, and the Growlers get control, and O'Brien starts it out. What a period this has been for action. Hope you folks tuning in on Rogers are enjoying it. What a game this has been. O'Brien takes it on the right-hand side and hopped over his stick. 51 seconds left on the Maine penalty, and Maine is offside.
So finally a whistle goes here now to see if the ref's going to go and have a look here. The box itself, they're getting the play ready for review, but the ref not heading that direction.
Maybe we can get a replay here. Maybe not. I don't know.
No Growler really contesting it either, though.
I don't know. I mean, we might have the best seat in the house for that one, and I thought, well.
The fans were down there, were on their feet.
2:35 left in the period here. The Mariners inside their own zone. 35 seconds of 4-on-4 remaining. And that puck left behind by Duquette. He's being watched closely by McKenna, but he sneaks by him out to center and ahead, but it's knocked down and pushed back to center and all the way down into the main zone. And with a head of steam trying to track down this loose puck is McKenna, but Horvath pulls it away instead and sends his man ahead. In on the left wing. Robbins in a one-on-one. Pietranero easily able to knock him away. And now the Growlers may have numbers led by McKenna. He'll hit the line and dump this one in. 2 seconds to go on the penalty to Bleakley. He'll hop out of the box, and still 48 seconds of power play time for the Mariners. On the right wing, freed up for Bleakley. In the position there is Garrett Johnston. Santos, he'll fire that one wide of the cage off the end boards, and it escapes the length of the ice. Johnstone in a race with Malatesta. Malatesta's crushed away from the puck, and an interference penalty is being called. That's absolutely the right call. It very rarely gets called, but that's the right call.
Maine couldn't see which player it was, jumped on the bench as if to think they had too many men on the ice, but I think forgetting that they had the man advantage back at that point.
I think you're right.
For the Growlers, I mean, head coach, they're not too happy with that play either at that point, knowing that you just let the puck completely come out of the zone. But for the Growlers to have to switch your mindset from going penalty kill, 4-on-4, to back to penalty kill, you can see it essentially shift. I could see it shift in Todd Skirving's head there, because pulled back from the offensive effort, pulled back to the neutral zone just a little bit as that clock wound down there on the penalty.
Face off to the left of Booths, and Tazo on the draw for Newfoundland, the Marwayne, Alberta native. O'Brien helps win that one back to the point. Finkelstein for the right wing boards to O'Brien. Sneaks away from St. Louis, does it twice. Even falls and still, oh my goodness, look at the hands on Zach O'Brien. Back to the line and back to O'Brien in the corner against St. Louis. Gets it between his legs and frees it up for Hoffenmeyer. Goes for a skate, what a move. Oh, and he tucked it wide. What an individual effort by Hoffenmeyer. What a play to play it to Marcus Power right out of the penalty box. The Growlers enjoying a short power play as Zach O'Brien did touch it on the wrong side of the blue line. That is an offside on Newfoundland in the final minute of action here in the second. What action. This period just keeps on giving.
All the things are happening, but Noel Hoffenmeyer having probably the best period I've seen him play this year yet.
Maybe.
I mean, his hockey IQ for one, with the ability just to hold onto the puck for an extra second, pick his head up, see what's available, and then half the time it's him getting the opportunity to shoot.
Face-off one back by the Mariners. Wasting no time getting that one in deep was Horvath. Petrozelli leaves it on a tee for Ben Finkelstein. He'll start it up ice. Finkelstein, the righty. Beautiful feed. Advanced pass to Centazzo. Dropped off to Power. Weaves in. Finds his man open in the high slot. Finkelstein fakes going behind the back and walks into the right wing corner. Hands it back up top. Centazzo across to O'Brien again. Oh, beautiful handoff to Centazzo. Trying to find McKenna in front. That one had a little extra gusto on it. O'Brien is stripped to the puck, and it's cleared by Maine. 15 seconds to go in the period. Long feed ahead from Petrozelli, and Power ahead. Oh, just out of the reach of O'Brien. 5 seconds to go. That's a clear, and that is going to do it for a wild and wacky second period of action here at the Mary Brown Center. The Growlers will have 30 seconds of power play time to start the third period, and they'll have a 3-1 lead to boot. Jeremy McKenna, Evan Newgold, and in the second period, Ryan Chizowski denting the twine for Newfoundland. We'll step aside and send it back to Bill Hart in the Rogers Studios, and we're going to take a short break. You're listening to Growlers Hockey on the Growlers Broadcast Network.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kellyanne. Wow, what a period. When that 5-minute power play for Maine started, I really thought, they were going to be back in it. I mean, come on, 5 minutes of power play with the team with the best power play in the league? Not so. It's 3-1 after 2 periods of play. And if you're wondering why it's only 3-1, I have 2 words for you. Keith Petrozelli. Keith, man, you're doing great. All right, let's check out some highlights. And we'll start with Keith Petrozelli. They say you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And, man, this save here is a bit of skill and a bit of luck. It's just one of those beauty things right there. Here we go. Get a good look at that. Puck's missing. There we go. And it looks like it was going off the crossbar. We didn't get a good look at it, but it was just one of those things. Like the old Dominic Hasek days. Remember that? And all the saves he used to make, he'd be on his back, he'd just lift his leg up, he'd make that awesome save. Well, let's check out some goals now. Chizowski getting this one. This is a great goal, too. His 8th of the season here. Making it
Chizowski. He's got
a beauty.
Oh my goodness, what a move! He's gone!
It was a great move, taking the defense out of the play here, as Kellyanne mentioned.
It's Ryan Chizowski.
Beauty. This is what the Growlers are all about, you know, patience with the puck. They make the big plays, but they watch. If they see a pass, they'll take it. But if they're going to take that shot, the water bottle went off. The water bottle went up. If this was EA Sports, he'd get bonus points for that one. I could never get that water bottle to go off the net when I take my shots. How about another great save? Well, we got one right here. And here's what's great about this save from Keith Petrozelli. The Newfoundland Growlers were killing a penalty on this one. And I think it was Johnson that lost his helmet and had to leave the ice. So for a brief period, it was 5-on-3 for a brief moment. And when a situation like that happens, you got to count on your goalie. And look at that. Just flashing the leather and taking a great scoring opportunity, giving Johnson enough time to get back to the bench and get his melon protected. But boy, you know what? He's seeing the puck. He's watching that shot come in, and I say he's making it look easy, but nothing he's been doing tonight has been easy. Keith has been amazing. Unfortunately, couldn't save them all. Maine did get on the board on this one from Santos. This is the Maine Mariners' leading goal scorer with his 15th of the season at 10:02. Just a little dipsy-doodle play and just finding a chance to get it past him. And you're not getting much past Petrozelli tonight, but finding a little dent in the armor there. Some good passing from Maine. I mean, this is a talented squad. There's no doubt about it. And there was a lot of traffic in front of that net, and I think that's probably the only thing you're going to do to try to beat Petrozelli tonight. Now, let's talk about this for a moment. Was this a goal? Now, some are saying yes. I know we could hear you screaming at your TVs from over here when the ref blew it off, saying it was no goal and let the play continue, and they even checked it afterwards. But just look at that puck. Thanks for the slow-mo, guys. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's hard to tell from that angle. It looks like it just crossed the blue line. It just towed the line from post to post there. It's like, oh, man. Yeah, the ref got a good look at that. Man, at first glance, it looked like that was a goal, but when you look at that replay there, looks like ref made a good call on that one. So it's where we stand. It's 3-1 after 2 periods of play. Coming up, Brian Rogers is going to chat with Evan Newgold as we continue the second intermission here on Rogers TV.
Started when I racked up some serious debt. Interest payments were going up. Creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Money Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
We're here at the Rooms, finishing our second season of Sharing Our Cultures. This is the place where you get to meet amazing individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds who are making significant contributions to our communities. Join us for Sharing Our Cultures on Rogers TV, Channel 9.
Welcome back to the second intermission. Getting some tweets and messages from fans with regards to tomorrow afternoon's game. That game is the postponed game from January 15th. So it's our understanding that if you have tickets to that game from January 15th, yes, you can use those tomorrow. Don't forget that's going to be a 2 o'clock start in the afternoon. Brian Rogers always hanging around by the dressing room with a microphone trying to find someone to talk to. And this time you're about to see he found himself one-on-one with Evan Newgold on Rogers TV.
Thanks very much, Bill Hart and Steve Callahan on the desk doing a dynamite job on Rogers Television, as is the norm. I'm with former Kelly Cup champion and current Newfoundland Growler, the pride of Goshen, Connecticut. Number 48, number 8 in my heart, and probably yours too, Evan Newgold. Ev, thanks for taking time to join us on our broadcast on this Friday evening from the Mary Brown Center as your team takes on the Maine Mariners. It's been quite a ride, bro. We haven't seen each other for a few years. The last time that we were together, we were celebrating, and it probably took about 2 weeks to get over. But that was a lot of fun, was it not, winning the Kelly Cup?
Oh, my God, it was a blast, yeah. Makes me want it again, so.
Oh, for sure.
Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Good to hear you say that, because I know to a man, after what we've gone through with losing Christopher Abbott, alias Abbo, alias Buddy the Puffin, our dear, the glue of our franchise, it affected us all deeply, and it always will. But I know to a man the guys are hell-bent for leather, if I can use that term, to win this thing for Chris.
Oh, absolutely. You can just see every day what he meant to this town and this community and to our team specifically, right? He just brought so much to the rink every single day, brought his heart, brought his soul, and that's who he was as a person. But you know we're going to fight the entire season to bring one back again.
Yeah. Well, Chris, like I said, was the heart and soul of the organization, and make no bones about that. Ev, I gotta hand it to you, bro. After that tremendous run back 3 years ago, it seems it was only yesterday, and then the second-year team looked real good on the way until the season came to a crashing halt. But what brought you back to Newfoundland, Evan?
So Welly, the coach, got in contact with me probably like a month or two into this season, just asking if I could ever fill in if they were on the East Coast playing in the North Division, just because I live in Connecticut now working. So I told them, absolutely, if you guys need me, I can kind of drive up anywhere within 2 or 3 hours. I'll make the trip. And I ended up going up to Adirondack, playing that one game right before New Year's. And then he called me on that Texas swing, and he's like, any chance you can fly out? And it just kind of worked out. So I'm excited to be here.
That's awesome. And I got to ask you point blank, would you have done that for any other team?
No, absolutely not. Like I said, this is my second family here with the Growlers, and I wouldn't want to play with anyone else right now.
So Evan Newgold, what exactly are you doing outside of being with this hockey club now? I know you've turned your career to a different route, and explain why and what you're doing.
Yeah, so kind of at the end, like when I knew COVID was kind of wreaking havoc through the hockey world, I decided to get my real estate license while I was still playing, and I ended up signing with the real estate group back in Connecticut. So I've been doing that for probably a good 8 months now, having a blast. And I'm actually working near where I went to high school, and now I was coaching my old high school team as well. So I was doing real estate, coaching hockey. So I was still near the game, but obviously the itch was too hard not to scratch there, so I'm back.
Oh, that's great to have you, man. I tell you, he wore 8, now he's wearing 48. But the thing is, you're so versatile, Evan, and you were in year one. I mean, if Snowy or Chloe needed you to play up forward, then you'd move from the blue line to the forward position and vice versa and not really miss a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, I enjoy playing both defense and offense. Right now, it's kind of just being out of shape the way I am. It's pretty nice to not have to worry about the puck getting in the back of your net on defense. So I'll try to put them in the net as a forward now. So yeah, it is what it is.
Well, you look great, man, regardless. I mean, let's face it, you're a young man and you still have a bright future ahead of you and whatever you decide to do. And it's no fun getting older, I can guarantee you that, when you get dinged up. But Obi and Marcus maybe come into play here a little bit too. I mean, I know you guys are really tight when you develop such a wonderful relationship in your rookie year or inaugural season, pardon me. The boys have anything to do with maybe you returning?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My girlfriend, Lauren Taylor, lives here too, right? So it's kind of a no-brainer to come back here and then be with all the guys again. I think we just have a special bond, right? You win a championship at the professional level with these guys, and there's just something deeper that goes on, and it makes you want to play again. So here I am.
Yeah, and of course, Mel back, and Mel actually turned the corner too and became a St. John's Regional firefighter, and he's been working shifts galore while you guys were on the road, but now he's back, and you can tell it. He was a little ornery out there the other night.
Oh, yeah. No, the old guys are getting other jobs and still playing, so here we are.
Well, that's awesome. Evan Newgold, thanks so much, bud. The pride of Goshen, Connecticut. Say hi to your folks. I know that your father, Doug, used to tune in, listen to the boys. Oh, he's here. Well, then I'll get to see him. Never mind that. All right, I won't waste your time anymore. Thanks, Evan Newgold of the Newfoundland Growlers. Boys, it's back to you now.
Oh, yes. Well, there you go. Just got a little shot of Buddy there. And thank you very much, Brian Rogers. Speaking of Buddy, we were mentioning these stickers there earlier, and we are wearing these ones proudly. And many people are asking, where'd you get them? How do you get them? Just go to the Growlers website. They are for sale. And there may even be, I don't know if the concession stands are open with this current limitation of capacity, but definitely online. You can purchase yours and get them on the helmet or wherever else you want to put them. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a little break here, and we'll be back as the second intermission continues on Rogers TV.
It all started when I racked up some serious debt. Interest payments were going up, creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Money Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
Ever wonder what to do with these guys? Well, if you're a professional bartender, you probably do. Hi, I'm Brian O'Connell. This fall on Rogers TV, we introduce you to Backyard Bartenders, where we bring in professional and amateur bartenders to make some wonderful drinks to bring your bartending abilities to the next level. Join me for Backyard Bartender this season on Rogers TV, and you'll find out exactly what to do with these guys.
Welcome back to the second intermission. You know, the tributes still come fast and furious for Chris Abbo, the man who really needs no introduction because he was the one that created the magic that was Buddy the Puffin. And many kids in the stands over the weekend were there with their little stuffed buddies, and we're still getting emails about people, their stories and why Buddy was so great. Well, here's something, I'm not sure who's responsible for this, but this is something the fans are not seeing. This is underneath the stands in the back. As you can see there, someone put up some street signs, and they're there for good. Abbo's Alley and Buddy's Boulevard. That is really classy. The Growlers organization getting those up there, and those behind the scenes will look up at those and know that Chris is still there. He will be there cheering us on, and we'll be loving him for forever, for sure. We do miss you, Buddy. We definitely miss you. All right, we're going to be back. Check out some scores in just a few moments. Going to take a quick break here and be back as we gear up for what's going to be, hopefully, a very exciting third period where I predict Keith Petruzzelli is going to make a great save. I know, bit of a stretch. We'll be back momentarily here on Rogers TV.
Were going up, creditors were calling. I finally realized I needed help. The people at Janes & Noseworthy really took care of me, and I'm glad I chose a local solution. I felt like they understood me better. Getting help with my debt has given me the energy, the headspace, and the time to make my dreams come true. A chance to start again with knowledge, support, and people in your corner. Are you looking for that kind of help? It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
If you want convenience, Marie's Money Mart is here for you. A one-stop shop for a variety of products, home-style breads, sandwiches, plus check out our freshly baked artisan breads and single-serve desserts exclusively at our in-store bakery on Frecker Drive. With 25 locations, wherever you go, there we are.
I'm Darren Hand. Please join me for Pocket Universe. On this show, we'll showcase artists, cosplayers, gamers, and discuss all topics of sci-fi, horror, and fantasy in Newfoundland and Labrador. This place is teeming with creative people who love to talk about their passion. That's Pocket Universe, Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m., only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the second intermission. The Growlers find themselves up 3-1 over the Maine Mariners, and so far, what a difference a week makes. Last weekend against the Reading Royals, a very short and undermanned Growlers squad just could not do anything to take on Reading and losing all 3 games. And then this week, the offense just went wild, 6-0. On Wednesday night, 6-1. Last night is 3-1 now, and of course they're going to be playing tomorrow afternoon. And if you missed the mention that we had earlier this intermission, the game tomorrow is the postponed game from January 15th. So if you did have tickets and you held on to those, that's the game that you can go to there tomorrow. Check out some scores from around the league with the North Division, and looks like Trois Rivières has just evened things up with the Reading Royals, who we were just talking about. They are playing in Reading tonight. It's 1-1 there. And Worcester is up 1-0 against the Adirondack Thunder. So those are the scores we're watching on. We find Newfoundland in second place in this division, trying to catch Reading again. And Chris last week said it perfectly that these two teams are destined to meet again. You can tell the Growlers are a little cranky over what happened last week, and I know a lot of the players did not like what they were seeing, forced to watch from the comforts of their home on TV or from somewhere in the stands where they couldn't be there on the ice. But yeah, these two teams are both really well. Great offenses, great defenses, and goaltending on both ends looking pretty good as well. So we'll wait and see how that turns out. But tomorrow they're going to be wrapping up the 4-game series against Maine. Then they're going to be heading out on the road for a little bit, and they'll be back again. And who knows? Hopefully the next time the Growlers play a series at the Mary Brown Center, a few more fans will be allowed in, and we can hear more of Walking on Sunshine. Yeah, I think that's what I'm hearing, guys. Every time the Growlers score a goal, I'm hearing Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine, which is great because it's 80s music. Awesome. The Toronto Maple Leafs play Hall & Oates, You Make My Dreams Come True. Why not Katrina and the Waves and Walking on Sunshine? Whoever made that choice, 2 thumbs up, because the 80s rule. Yes, kids, go ask your mom. They'll tell you, and your dad. He'll definitely tell you too. All right, so we're going to wrap things up here and throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. Get ready for a great third period on Rogers TV.
Of action here.
Growlers will start with 4 forwards, 1 defenseman on the ice for the power play. Not surprising.
Yeah, they're going for it. Doesn't matter that there's only 30 seconds left to it.
Well, it only took 34 seconds the first period for the Growlers to get on the board, even strength.
Yeah, and now that they have less bodies to maneuver around, it's got to take 4 less seconds, right?
Yeah, that math checks out.
Absolutely. Glad your math is as good as mine, Kellyanne, as we are back. Oren Centazzo is at center, and that face-off is won back by the Mariners, and they're going to send this one all the way down to Keith Petruzzelli. He'll play it aside, and it'll be corralled by Ben Finkelstein. Looking up ice, spinning it free to O'Brien. He'll start it ahead. Weaves by before checking Santos, or that's Robbins rather. Gets in, rolling puck toward the line, and that will be cleared away by the Mariners. 3 seconds to go. Petruzzelli for Finkelstein. Here comes Malatesta, and we are back to 5 aside as Hoffenmeyer leaves it on the left-hand side for Johnstone, trying to muscle his way free into the slot. Well, that's poked to center ice, and Finkelstein carries back in his own zone, dishes for Hoffenmeyer. Behind the back for Johnstone as he looks up ice. Cross ice. Finkelstein, a little slow to that puck, and the Mariners look to counter back. Darian Plouffe able to poke it away, but it's taken back. Master down low to Santos. That puck rolled a little far from. And it's pushed to center ice by Newfoundland. 1:05 gone here in the third period. 3-1 the score. Your Growlers on top. Forechecking hard to try and take it is Johnstone. Santos able to collect it and put it into the right wing corner. Giving chase is McCourt, but the puck's pulled away from him. Left in the corner. Hoffenmeyer stays all over his man. There's the puck, ends up onto the stick of Jaswal. He'll fire it wide. Off the end boards. Ooh, Petruzzelli hit high, and he is down. He is.
Like his blocker hand as well got caught between the post.
Here comes the trainer, Neil Davidson, taking a look at Keith Petruzzelli. It was definitely, he absorbed some impact quite high. He is on one knee, now on his feet.
He's looking at the ref as if to be like, you didn't see that?
He is chatting with the referee pretty actively down there. So Petruzzelli's going to take a moment here. I believe he'll be fine. He's having a pretty active conversation with the trainer down there.
He moved pretty quick off that post right after, and I don't want to say grabbed at his head, but pulled his hands up real quick.
Petruzzelli's okay. Davidson back to the bench for Newfoundland. Those guys don't get a ton of active credit, but man, the work that the training staff put in. Shot stopped by Petruzzelli, and the rebound corral by Gordy Green, and he's going to chip that puck in from center and give chase himself. Behind the net, bodied by a pair of Mariners. Jazowski comes in to help out. Puck still loose in the left wing corner. Trying to pull it back is Gordy Green. It's going to roll between his legs. He'll get it. He's bodied there. Stays in front of his man and comes away with the puck. What a play by Gordy Green. Trying to get it down low to McKenna. That puck ran out of gas. McKenna almost able to steal, but it will be brought to center. 3-on-3 rush. This is rolled in. Pietraniro plays it ahead for Green. Green off the boards for himself. A beautiful play. Now to Jazowski with speed down the left wing. Slams on the brakes to keep away from his man. Sends it up top for Finkelstein. Into the right wing corner. Oh, he spotted Jazowski wide open in front, but the pass had extra on it. That one off the mark as well. Jazowski heads off for a line change as Malatesta plays it ahead for the Mariners. 21-17 are the shots for Newfoundland. Sent in by Maine. Petruzzelli out of his cage. I almost had a heart attack there as he almost fanned on it. Malatesta holds the line for Maine, sending it along the left wing boards. Robbins, he's checked. Malatesta sends it back down low, back out in front as well. Played away by Centazzo, advancing it for O'Brien. What a play. Keeps it away from a couple of bodies, hands it off to Garrett Johnson, who sends it the rest of the way. Giving chase in the right wing corner is Oren Centazzo. helping free it up down there for Marcus Power. That's taken by Malatesta, and he'll play a backhand right to center. Gathered in, Noel Hoffenmeyer. Touched ahead, connects with Finkelstein. Back up for Newgold. Newgold out in front, puck still loose, and it trickles just wide. Behind the net, Horvath. He's trying to keep it pinned, and it comes loose. The Mariners skated away to center with a man cutting into the right wing. Master down the left. Master tries to center. His pass stolen away, played to the line by Hoffenmeyer. Bouncing puck, unable to get that one out is Todd Skirving. So racing away and trying to get loose behind the net was Hoffenmeyer. He'll leave it back for Newgold. Those defensive instincts kicking in for Newgold as he plays it ahead. Now it's Darian Plouffe with a man cutting in toward the cage. What a play by Plouffe, with the puck rolled away from him. Plouffe back to the left point. Pietranero, he's crushed, and now a rush back for the Mariners. Oh, they have two bodies colliding, but they have a man cutting in on goal, firing it wide. Off the inboards, kept alive by the Mariners. They got the pressure here as Santos leaves it for Horvath. Looking for a shooting lane, elects to skate it away instead. Sends the pass up top. Into the slot, Germain. That's blocked by Skirving. And Darian Plouffe, nice move through center, pokes it free for Newgold. Sent in the rest of the way, and he'll head off for a line change, will Evan Newgold. 3-1 the score for Newfoundland. Riley McCourt in his own zone across to Garrett Johnston. He'll look up ice. What a feed for Gordy Green. Green couldn't really reel it in, but he'll battle for it in the left wing offensive zone corner, and he'll help free it back up. To the left point, Garrett Johnston plays it back down low. Gordy Green reactivates for it, helping it free to McKenna. Into the slot, Chizowski, a high riser wide of the cage this time. Right wing corner behind the net. Finds McKenna. McKenna, oh, what a feed in front. Behind the back, gets a pass back again. McKenna lets it fly, and it's stopped and held by Callum Booth with 5 and change gone here in the third period.
Seeing a lot of action down in the Growlers zone at the beginning of this period. Growlers with control of the puck for the most part, but just waiting to make sure that they're having a clean breakout rather than just throwing the puck to center ice, allowing Maine to regroup and re-enter. And so opportunities we're seeing in the offensive zone are coming off of those quick rushes and pulling off the boards. We're looking at a lot of redirects in front, but Booth stopping all of them.
Ryan Chizowski on the face-off. One back instead by the Mariners, but a loose puck. Gordy Green tried to center it off, a quick steal. Nobody home, so the Mariners will regroup, sending it to the line, but it's held by Garrett Johnston, freed up, and now Gordy Green gets a try, cuts backhand to forehand, finds some room, and finds Riley McCourt with a snare, though, with his Callum Booth.
McCourt looking for that spot that Chizowski had found earlier, that glove side of McKenna as well, just coming in nice and high there.
14:22 remains here in the third period. Still 3-1 Growlers. A 2-goal lead. It was a 3-0 lead, but Matthew Santos got one back pretty much at the halfway point of the game. 9:58 mark of the second period. From Louis Zerder-Gossage, who we have not yet seen here in the third period for Maine.
Been looking for him, but nothing yet.
Finkelstein off the face-off win for Newfoundland. Hands off to Marcus Power, alone in front, rebound! Oh my goodness, what a save by Booth!
Oren Centazzo just thinking if he had to get that one up, it was going in, but just couldn't get enough on it.
Yep. Oh, he looks skyward. That would have extended his goal streak to 7 games. He still needs one.
I know, I was looking through it. He did no assist quite yet in this game. Or goal, which, I mean, 14-14 left in the third period. He's got time.
Loads of time.
And he's had opportunities. That last one being a pretty prime one.
You're not going to get too many better opportunities than that. Centazzo on the draw. Tied up. Pulled back by Jerry Leon behind the net for Maine. Wasting no time moving this ahead. Master across for Jerry Leon, trying to get it back to Master, but that's taken away by Finkelstein. Behind the net, at his pocket pick, there's a rip wide of the cage. Off the inboards to Malatesta, trying to fling it in on goal. It got caught up in the paraphernalia of Santos and taken by Hoffenmeyer. His flip ends up at center ice. O'Brien following up. He and Power trying to steal this one back near the center of the ice, and they will, as O'Brien plays it softly into the left wing corner, giving chase is Marcus Power. Malatesta settles. Lifts it ahead and a steal by Newgold. He'll center for Marcus Power. That one just out of his reach. Oh, and there's a steal for the Mariners. Luckily, Finkelstein is barreling back. A 1-on-3 rush now. Great hustle back by the Growlers defenders, but Horvath keeps it and hands it back to Santos. Santos through traffic into the midsection of Petruzzelli. No harm done with 13-14 remaining. And the horn means we're headed to a short TV timeout. 25-19 are the shots for Newfoundland. 3-1 is the score for Newfoundland with 13-14 remaining on the Growlers Broadcast Network.
Thank you, Chris and Kellyanne. Well, look, what a dandy game we are watching tonight. Growlers up 3-1. And, you know, look, just to show we're not playing favorites, we've been gushing about Keith Petruzzelli all night and how he's been standing on his head. Let's give some kudos to the Maine goaltender, Callum Booth. The save that we just saw was worth another look again, keeping the score 3-1. Well done, Mr. Booth, on this save. And I don't think we have the highlight. Yes, we do have the highlight. Here we go.
Finkelstein off the
face-off. You know, if you're stopping the pucks, it's worth a mention right there. Boy, oh boy, so close to making it 4-1. But Callum showing why he's getting the start tonight for these Maine Mariners. Well done, keeping that eye on the puck, man. Oh man, good on you, sir. Good on you. All right, we're gonna throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. Third period continues on Rogers TV.
1950. 13 minutes and 14 seconds remain here in the third period. The Growlers hanging on to that 3-1 lead. In front of a crowd tonight announced of 1,915 fans. Not bad given the COVID of it all.
I mean, yeah, lots of spacing still, lots of room. There's a game tomorrow, so if you're concerned or have any questions, I mean, the staff here have been phenomenal. I mean, everyone's spaced. You're staying in your bubble. We just saw the bubble on the screen there.
We sure did. They have a great, it's almost like a kiss cam, but where a bubble shows up on the screen and that wonderful song plays from Toy Story.
Classic.
Oh, it's my favorite Friend-themed song, for sure.
Not the Friends theme song?
Well, it's not actually a Friend-themed song. St. Louis carries it in over the line. Speaking of St. Louis, how about Marty St. Louis, the new head coach of the Montreal? Oh boy, big hop there. Luckily, McCourt was there, and he'll clear to center ice. Newgold trying to chip this one forward. Same with Skirving. They both come up empty-handed as Horvath carries in and hands across to Germain. His shot well wide of the cage and a penalty on Bleakley. Maine touches up. And goaltender interference on Connor Bleakley. The Growlers go to their third power play of the evening. And Bleakley, not too big a fan of that call.
No, Mark Johnstone giving him a few shoves after that one to really send the message home.
Well, I mean, that replay we just saw kind of showed Johnstone pushing him into the goaltender.
That too.
I can understand why the penalized player in question may be a little upset with that. That is Bleakley, of course.
Yes.
Face off to the right of Callum Booth. The Growlers' power play has been dynamite against the Mariners. 2 for 3 in each of the last couple of games. 0 for 2 as it stands here tonight. The Mariners may get away with some numbers here. It's a 2-on-1 shorthanded for Maine. There's a shot fought off by the blocker. Now, speaking of numbers, here come the Growlers 4-on-2. On the right wing, O'Brien slams on the brakes on the right wing boards, sends it up top to Finkelstein. He'll pivot to the faceoff, dot off the outside of the post, centered for Power. That is blocked and clear. Petruzzelli all the way to center with a nifty pass to O'Brien. In over the line for McKenna. Along the right wing boards, patient as he hands it off up top. Now back to Finkelstein. Stationary as he hands it to Centazzo. Steps in, and it's stopped by Booth off the end boards, and O'Brien into the slot, scores! Jeremy McKenna's got another one. It's 4-1, a power play goal.
Jeremy McKenna just finding all the corners in this.
Did I almost punch you in the face when I celebrated? I thought I almost punched you in the face.
You see it here, Jeremy McKenna, no question, doesn't even have to look for it. He knows exactly where that puck's going once it hits his stick.
11:41 to play. That's a back-to-back 2-goal games.
Zach O'Brien with a beautiful pass there for the setup as well.
And hey, that should extend the point streak maybe of Orenson Tazo as well. We'll have to wait and see.
Was OC out there?
I thought he was. I could be wrong. Could have been someone else with gorgeous blonde flow. Well, Jeremy McKenna gets the goal, the 4-1 goal for Newfoundland. There you go, OC baby. Speaking of goals, barreling in, looking for another one is Ryan Chizowski. He stopped by Booth, a nice save.
I think they'll have to flip the assist on that one, though. Secondary should be Tazo.
I agree.
And first assist will be O'Brien.
Saab.
That was a beautiful pass there.
A power play goal, 1 for 3.
So Growlers' power play continues to improve.
No kidding. Left wing corner, Chizowski under pressure from Malatesta. Had it stolen, puck still loose. Darian Plouffe able to play it, and Gordy Green chops it back in his own zone for Noel Hoffenmeyer with 11 minutes to go. Hoffenmeyer, nice toe drag to keep around his man. Cuts back behind the net. All of this ticking valuable seconds off the clock as Gordy Green. Patient as he finds Darian Plouffe on the right wing. Plouffe at his pocket pick, steals it right back for himself. Right wing corner, Darian Plouffe. He still has Horvath draped all over him. Horvath blew a tire down there. But the Mariners recover the puck and send to center. Playing it back in his own zone is McCourt for Pietranero. The Mariners maybe caught on a line change here, so Pietranero, he'll skate it all the way in and send this one in behind the goal line. Giving chase is Johnstone. He's got his man pinned. Coming in to help him out is Skirving, trying to pick it free. Skirving jabbing all over this loose puck that's pinned in underneath the main forward. Skirving and Johnstone. That puck has not moved a hair. Finally it does, and it's pulled free by Newgold. Newgold tried to cut out in front. The referee's skates got in the way. The Mariners look to counter back with speed. 3 wide, offside.
It was a good call on the offside there. Maine really coming in with a lot of speed, but having 2 guys held up at the line kind of shutters that one a little bit there.
We got less than half a period to go, folks. 9 minutes, 56 seconds. The Growlers up by a trio, looking for their 3rd consecutive win. For the first time since the end of November / early December, when they were on a pretty tidy run.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive run. We were looking at that earlier with 7 games.
Yes. Their longest such run of the season. So if history is indeed doomed to repeat itself, well, we're in for a bit of a treat tomorrow. Don't forget, we are back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. start here. Yes, you'll be home in time for the Super Bowl. So get your tickets now, nlgrowlers.com. There's a drive in on Petruzzelli. That one stopped and held. And how consistent has he been over the course of these last 3 games?
Extremely consistent.
Unflappable.
And, you know, remarkable today, too, how much he's coming out to play the puck. It's almost like Petruzzelli's wanting to see himself on that score sheet under the assist.
I know I shared this information earlier in the season, but when I was doing an interview with KP, when we were in Conception Bay South, I noticed it's easy to, when you watch him in practice, to see just how good he is at just handling the puck, rolling it around. There's another shot stopped by the aforementioned Petruzzelli. And I asked him, because he scored a goal in junior. I asked him, I said, KP, I said, with the team that you probably are going to have in front of you this year, the goalie will be pulled at the other end a handful of times. I said, you think you might try it? And he says, if we're up by more than 1, absolutely.
Why not?
He gave me an unequivocal yes.
I think it's a really strong asset for a goaltender to be able to handle the puck in the way that Keith Petruzzelli does. He's hit a few great open passes to improve the breakout.
Malatesta right into the breadbasket again of Keith Petruzzelli, just padding his stats up to 22 saves on the evening with 9:26 to play.
Growlers will switch up the defensive pairing out there.
Finkelstein and Hoffenmeyer head to the bench in favor of Garrett Johnston and Matteo Pietranero.
The Growlers looking like they're rolling 5D. Well, they've had to.
Yes. Garrett Johnston behind the net. Tried to advance that one for Centazzo. It bounces its way to O'Brien, who clears to the opposition blue line. The Mariners' Malatesta. Don't need to see the numbers to identify him on the ice. He's the only player on either side wearing the full bubble, the full plastic cage, as the Mariners are nabbed for an icing.
Growlers playing a bit more defensively now, especially through the second half of this third period. You're seeing they're going in and giving pressure, but they're not on top of Maine like we had seen throughout the earlier parts of this game. Lawrence and Tazo doing it there moments ago before the icing call.
To the right of Booth we go. 9:06 to play. Power going to take this draw with Centazzo, O'Brien, Pietranero, and Johnston. One back by the Mariners. Jerry Leon ahead at center. A 1-on-2 rush led by Santos. He has mastered cutting to the goal, but he's all tied up by Garrett Johnston and is forced out to center. Santos back in his own zone for St. Louis. Nice little move by Horvath to find some space. He'll get it in deep. Petrozelli once again out of his cage. A backhand pass perfectly tape to tape for Pietranero, who plays it behind the net for Garrett Johnston again. Now to Gordy Green. Green picks up speed as he hands off to the left wing. McKenna. McKenna back to Green. Bit of a bouncer there. Green out in front. McKenna gets it back. McKenna centering feed. Chizowski. The net's knocked off the moorings right as Chizowski was ready to bury.
Not sure who knocked that one off, but a lot of Maine players out front. Not that I'm accusing them of doing it, just not a lot of Growlers there for contact of them.
We're going to see here. Oh, it was Booth himself.
Yeah. We had seen earlier in the season, too, how easily these nets were coming off. They had improved. It had gotten a lot better, but we do know that they come off the moorings pretty easily.
I remember when the Growlers played in Conception Bay South earlier this year.
Goodness.
It was pretty bad there. But only because, I mean, you're basically bootstrapping a community rink to host professional games. I mean, some things...
And they did a phenomenal job.
Incredible.
The games out there were great. I mean...
Absolutely, you're right. But, you know, and I believe the pegs they had ordered were a smaller size for the bigger, full-size regulation nets. So anyway, that's where it all came from. 8 minutes to go here in the third period. Patient in his own end is Noel Hoffenmeyer, freeing it up there. McKenna trying to advance that pass, but it's pushed back away from him. And Petrozelli behind the net, so calm playing the puck as well. He had a guy barreling in full steam, and he just nonchalantly just played it away. Confidence.
A behind the back pass as well.
That's what I mean. Like, he plays the puck better with a goal stick than I do playing like mini sticks in my, which I somehow still do. It's not the same when you're pushing 40. Back is Noel Hoffenmeyer in his own zone. This is pretty much par for the course for Newfoundland. This is the easiest way, I think, to prevent injury, as Finkelstein goes in offside with 7:15 to play.
Growlers were really taking their time breaking out here. We saw Noel Hoffenmeyer really holding on to that puck, which he tends to do a lot on the breakout. He wants to make sure that that first pass is a successful first pass and not creating turnovers on the blue line. We saw earlier in the second a lot of action happening between the blue and the top of the circles there. Not so much in this case. They're going to take their time. They're going to make sure they got breakout. They've got control. They don't need to put everything at net at this point. They need to burn the clock down.
Nope. With just over 7 minutes left here in this one, and that one out of play. 7:09 left in the third. Shots are 27-23 in favor of Newfoundland. That's 7-6 in the period for Maine. 15 of the Growlers' 27 shots coming in the first period.
Yeah, that first period, there was a lot of action headed Kalamazoo's way. 15-5, I think we ended the period.
It was. That's exactly right. Skirving. Pulled back to Finkelstein. Right side, inside his own zone, across to Pietranero. Growlers really haven't given up anything since losing Bafia for the game. Johnstone in. His slap pass is wide, and now the Mariners get a chance to counter back with under 7 minutes to play. But Johnstone gets it. Skirving tries to get it out. First try didn't work. Then it lands for Pietranero, flung through the middle, just out of the reach of Skirving. But kept on side, almost a break. But Finkelstein had to break up a Maine opportunity of his own. Back in the Maine zone. Ooh, all the way in on Booth. He'll be forced to cover that one. A nice, smart play by Mark Johnstone.
Maine putting that puck in to Booth themselves there. Malatesta.
6:30 remaining. You gonna watch the Super Bowl tomorrow? Who you rooting for? Are you a Bengals gal or a Ram head? I don't watch football. That's clear.
Great. That's what I'm rooting for.
I agree.
The halftime show. And probably the Rams.
Why?
I got friends who are Rams fans. I might as well support them.
Absolutely. That's more of a reason than I have.
Yeah, we're a Colts household, so.
Okay. Big Chris Ballard fans.
Yes.
He's the GM of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
He's the only other famous person with my name.
I mean, they did choke to get into the playoffs, so I really can't say much. But here we are.
I know nothing about the Indianapolis Colts.
It was bad.
Riley McCourt, I know a little bit about him. Into the right wing corner he goes. He's hit hard, but he still managed to free the puck up for O'Brien, and he's hit hard in that left wing corner. Still frees it up, but it's taken away by the Mariners. Out to center they come. Still a bit of a bouncing, rolling puck flung in wide of Petruzzelli. Under 6 minutes to go here. In a 4-1 game, Kellyanne, do you pull the goalie? If so, at what point?
If you're gonna pull him down 4-1, you're gonna pull him in the next 40 seconds.
Okay.
Or we've had this before. I've known coaches who have pulled a goaltender at 8 minutes left in a period, just to see if they can generate something, get things going. With Maine, it's very much a possibility because this is a team that, again, through these 3 games has never let up. I mean, down 5-0 in that first game, and still we saw them fight to the bitter end.
5:30 to go here in the third period. Still 4-1 Newfoundland. Callum Booth did go to the bench.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kellyanne. You heard them. 4-1, the Newfoundland Growlers. Here's the goal that made it 4-1. It was McKenna with his second of the night, with a couple of names that are often being spoken out loud by Chris Badstone, the PA announcer at the Mary Brown Center. O'Brien and Centazzo getting the assists on this one, and we are looking at it here. Here we go.
O'Brien into the slot, score!
Yeah, see?
Jeremy McKenna's got
just
another
quick passing, quick shooting, quick goals. Oh, beauty shot. Nice one-timer right there. That made it 4-1, but more importantly, we have learned that, yes, I didn't know how long it's been going on, but after the Growlers score, they play Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. All right. I never thought that would be used as a goal-scoring song, but it is right here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Would someone let Katrina know that we're using her song, please? She'd be tickled pink to hear this. All right, we're going to throw it back to Chris Ballard and Kellyanne Roberts. There's like 5.5 minutes left in the third. As mentioned, with the Growlers up 4-1. We'll throw it back to them now as the third period continues on Rogers TV.
30 remaining.
So Callum Booth sitting deep into his net there.
Yeah, not looking to move just yet. Gordy Green had 2 Mariners all over him. Nice effort to retrieve the puck, but sent in by the Mariners. Petruzzelli out of his cage. Played behind the net for Finkelstein. Fed ahead. Nice play. Chizowski tried to get it back. McKenna, he'll get a chance, but it's stolen away by Duquette. And played to the line, held by Finkelstein. Finkelstein, and a blocker save made by Booth. Played back to the line. Oh, and a big hit sends Chizowski to the ice as Finkelstein, and well offside of the Mariners on that play. Under 5
really taking
minutes
a
to
big
go.
hit there. This is what I mean, though. Maine not letting up at all, right? Rather than just letting Chizowski go by him, why not let him feel a little something?
Hey,
They still got to play tomorrow.
that is true. Are we both silently singing the words to this song right now?
Yeah.
Sure are. At center ice, the Mariners win the draw. Malatesta tumbles one in deep. Garrett Johnston. Nice play to keep the puck away from Santos, but the puck pinballs around down there. He'll recover it. Ooh, then he's tripped up and he takes a man down with him. Played to the line, held in. Glove down by the Mariners, trying to center it there. It's stolen by O'Brien. He'll start it up ice. O'Brien out there with Plouffe, Newgold, Pietranero, and Johnston. Left wing corner, Kelty, Jerry Leon, one of my favorite names in the ECHL. Played away from him in the left wing corner. Bodied his Newgold. He stiff arms his man to the ice and plays it free. And now Irving's got Plouffe cutting to the cage. Newgold, oh my goodness, what a move. He kicked his own self out. 4:05 to go here in the third period. Held in at the line, Hoffenmeyer back for Skirving. He'll play a backhand down behind the net. There to retrieve it was Newgold, freeing it up. Walking toward the line, Hoffenmeyer. Oh my goodness, what a toe drag. He'll fire one high over the cage, but that looked a lot like Chizowski's goal from earlier. Up top again, Hoffenmeyer fakes, trying to find an open lane. Swings back into the high slot, tries again, and it's wide of the cage, but Oren Centazzo picks it up. He's got an assist tonight to extend the point streak to 10. But he'd love to score. Behind the net, O'Brien unable to take in that pass from McCourt. And it's flipped to center ice with 3:25 remaining in the third period. Hoffenmeyer behind the net. He's being watched carefully down there. Sends a feed ahead. Received by Power just off the end of his stick. Power stays on his man as the Mariners bring it ahead, and stolen by O'Brien onside. Played back into the right wing corner. O'Brien trying to track it back down as the Mariners take control. 3 minutes on the clock. Here in the third period, still 4-1 Newfoundland. The Mariners looking to counter in quickly. Look at the work by Matteo Pietranero. A big battle down there with Shea. Shea pops up with the puck and fires it wide. Off the end boards, unable to hold that one in. Was St. Louis, so Horvath forced to his own blue line to settle. Horvath takes the pass back, keeps away from Marcus Power and Gordy Green, and plays it ahead. Onside, stolen by O'Brien. He'll flip it into the air. Chizowski may get a chance to play it, and he's got some options cutting into the cage. Center, Green, side Tor, and a pad save made. I think it was more of a pass than a shot, but nonetheless off the pad of Booth.
Booth reading that himself, taking the pass away, which was a great play rather than allowing.
Drop pass, Finkelstein cutting to the goal was Chizowski. He's had a nose for the net all weekend, and he almost got rewarded for another one there in the final 2 minutes and change. 2 minutes exactly. That's what's left on the clock here in the third period. What a feed ahead, Gordy Green in a one-on-one. Spins it back toward the blue line. His pass pinballed around and landed for Skirving in the right wing corner. He'll play it behind the net, McKenna. He wants another one. He had 2 last night, 2 tonight. You'd love to see him finish the hat trick. Not on this play as the Mariners counter back in the final minute and 35. Booth is staying in his goal. Duquette behind the net, Newgold. Oh, Skirving, he takes a hit there. He'll pop right back up and take that puck. McCourt starts another rush with 1:20 to go. Down the left wing, in on Booth. A pad save and a giant rebound. Floof in the corner, has some room. Behind the net, centering feed into the slot. Hoffenmeyer, a rolling puck. He blasted it wide. Chipped by Oren Centazzo, and here come the Mariners again on the right wing side. Nice play by Hoffenmeyer, breaking that up, and now Centazzo in a rush with Newgold. Lets it fly. A save made by Booth, freed up behind the net for Centazzo. Net knocked off. It's pegged by Booth again with 49.5 left on the clock.
Booth looked at the bench several times. They're waiting to see if there was going to be the call for him to make his way in that direction, but no signal given.
Face off to come to the right of Callum Booth. Great crowd here tonight at the Mary Brown Center. Just shy of 2,000 bodies in here. And folks, it really makes a difference. If you're as excited to see live events again, well, you get your chance again tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. start. The final game of the series against the Maine Mariners. Growlers going for the clean sweep of the Mariners, so 2 p.m. it is. But if you can't get here, you can tune in on Mixler.com/NL Growlers and on FlowHockey.tv. Pietranero unable to reel it in. Pass up from a high slot is off his stick and into the right wing corner with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Behind the net, Hoffenmeyer unable to keep his man pinned behind the net. It comes up top to Malatesta. 20 seconds to go. He'll walk the blue line, throws it toward the cage. It's blocked. Lunging after it, trying to get it out as Power. He can't. Here's Egan, the former Growler. Out in front, 2 big saves by Petrozelli. It's still loose. Out in front again. And another stop, Petrozelli. 5 seconds to go. Flipped into the high slot, Malatesta. One more shot, blocked by Pietranero. And make it 3 consecutive wins for your Newfoundland Growlers. This one by a score of 4-1. Another complete effort. Whistle a whistle for your Growlers. Impressive stuff, no doubt.
Oh, Growlers really showing the team that we knew that they were at the beginning of the season. They're playing to that level now, and the creativity that's flowing. We've seen it through the goals that were absolutely beautiful here tonight, and some stellar goaltending from Keith Petrozelli as well. You can't talk about it enough, how active he was outside of his net. A better defensive effort, I think, tonight. We'll see what Eric Wellwood will say about that. But started off like they were trying to figure it out, but really picked it up throughout the game. And, you know, props to Maine, because a team that just never let up.
No, you're absolutely right, and especially after 2 big losses the last couple of games, you know, 4-1 is a more competitive game. I know it doesn't feel like that, and it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but no, truly, this was a much closer, much more competitive game than the previous 2.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to see what tomorrow's game holds, because, you know, Maine's not wanting to leave here without 1 win.
You're absolutely, it's funny, I was chatting with, you know, Growlers president Glenn Stanford earlier in the week, and he said, Chris, you think we're going to win all these ones against Maine? And I said, honestly, no. He was like, oh my God, why? Look at all the players we got back. And I'm like, well, just because it's hard to win 4 straight games against one team? Well,
all right, I think we're going back for those 3 stars, because we got to have that announcement, because we can't have a broadcast without the 3 stars. And we may cut for those 3 stars any second now, but you have to believe that McKenna's going to be one of them. 2 goals and an assist tonight. And I don't know, Keith Petrozelli, what do you think? Doing a good job tonight keeping the Growlers in it with 23 saves. I mean, how do you rebound from 3 losses at home? You win 3 in a row at home. And that's exactly what the Newfoundland Growlers have done against the Maine Mariners. And we're going to go back to those 3 stars now.
Tonight, Newfoundland Growlers hardest working player award goes to number 15, Todd Skirvin. And now, here's tonight's 3 stars. The 3rd star from the Growlers is winning goal, number 48, Evan Newgold. Tonight's 2nd star, once again from the Growlers, number 23, Ryan Chazowski. And tonight's 4th star with a couple of goals is the win, number 12, Jeremy McKenna. Highlights and recaps on our website, nlgrowlers.com. I'm Chris Backstone.
I guess I'm the only one that loves Petrozelli. But that's okay. Good job from Keith and the whole team tonight. Just to recap, hardest working player went to Todd Skirving. No arguments there. Evan Newgold, of course, 3rd star, getting his 1st goal of the season. Chazowski with the 2nd star. And McKenna, 2 goals and assists, getting that 1st star tonight. So there you go. The final is the Newfoundland Growlers 4 and the Maine Mariners 1. And tomorrow afternoon, they'll have another game on the go at 2 o'clock at Mary Brown Center. So look, you know, bring the kids down, okay? Or maybe you didn't buy a gift for your sweetheart yet. I'm here to tell you, hockey tickets are the most romantic gift you can possibly give. What do you mean my wife's on the phone? I'll talk to her in a bit. Yeah, so if you want to get some tickets, by all means. We're going to be eventually coming back to you with another broadcast here on Rogers TV, and it's going to be that one right there. Saturday, March 5th, when the Adirondack Thunder come to town to take on the Newfoundland Growlers. So make some plans to get in there and cheer on the team. They're getting hot now, and it's going to be a great season. Boy, come on. Let's get some more fans in there, and let's see some of these attendance restraints lift a little bit. We're all doing the right thing here, so let's keep watching out for one another, okay? Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to this broadcast of the Newfoundland Growlers on Rogers TV.
Creditors were calling.